Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's presentation of Tabletop Role-Playing Theater. I am Dungeon Mistress Bethany, and below me, I'm sure the players by this point many of you are familiar with. For those of you who are not, however, we are a group of theater nerds, D&D enthusiasts, tabletop enthusiasts really, playing all sorts of games at all sorts of hours with all sorts of players. We are here for the love of the game, mostly done in the digital content through Roll20. which we have our undying and eternal support for. I don't think I have much in the way of announcements this evening, other than I hope everybody has a good time. Yeah, it's another day, another fine game of playing D&D. You guys got anything for the audience?
I have one.
What's your one?
I said it last week, but this Friday is National Coming Out Day, so celebrate that. Celebrate all your friends. Love one another. I'm done. That's it. I don't announce well.
This Saturday, a new face is joining Curse of Strahd. You all should turn in this Saturday to see who it is. A new person is joining the party.
Be. It's a mystery.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, I brought her in the game. Blake would kill me. All right, guys, let's get started with this evening's episode of The Land of Dark Dreams. Welcome back. So, where last we left off. With your tasks in the Aloanera forest complete, it now fell onto you, Miss Fortune, our adventuring heroes, on what task they should take up next. To either pursue the undead threat to the south within the region of Heavy Nook, or to pursue another threat to the north within the Edanian Vale, where trade shipments have been going missing. Up beside this, you attended a dinner at the behest of the former adventurer turned Lady Patrician of Beowick, Anastasia Cohn. There, she detailed the issues arising in the south and the north, to the best of her knowledge. Your group then opted to travel to the north under the auspice of collecting a relatively significant reward of 2,000 gold per individual on finding out what was disrupting the trade shipments and stopping it. Then, she let you in on another factor. Magical communication and teleportation within the Vale had been disrupted, and it is of the opinion of Zarama Atronus that the only thing capable of disrupting that kind of magic is a device of immense magical power, something called a wellspring. She tasked you to find the wellspring and return it to her, and presumably the Empire, with additional reward of 15,000 gold. The other groups declined their reward and departed, although one particular group, the Milkmen, revealed to have been part of the Sightless Eye. Talric probed you for some motivations before he departed. He then gathered your equipment, your party, and adventured forth, spending the next month traveling into the Adanian Vale with a town in mind, Orchards River. Along the way, you were ambushed by a marauding band of hobgoblins. You defeated them in a heated battle, and now you decide, what do you want to do?
So we ended like right at the end of the battle, right?
Yep.
You did. The battle is just concluded. And as you all take a deep breath from letting the adrenaline subside, and you look around this warm, dusty gulch with a building kind of contained within the canopies, corpses all around, with the exception of the hellhounds, you were left wondering what to do next.
Tempest goes around collecting arrows.
Reynard was moving to investigate the spellcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll come help you with that, but I'm limping. I'm not looking too good.
I will go
checking
investigate the shack.
All right, you're just checking over the body of the spellcaster?
Looking at him, looking at his things, so on and so forth.
Sure, make an investigation check.
I will assist.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll something for my arrows or just?
No, I don't track non-magical ammunition.
Oh, cool.
Okay, very good. Going through the body of the spellcaster, not a whole lot of remarkable stuff on him. Not even light armor, more like cloth robes. There is one particular amulet he's wearing, which with even a cursory glance, you can see the 5-headed dragon of the Scaled Tyrant emblazoned.
Looks like more of those red hand assholes. I guess we shouldn't be surprised with where we are.
We should keep the amulet. It might come in handy later.
I am not a fan of these people.
Roman's going around to the more standard ones, and in Goblin just asking if they're still alive while he gives them a boot and just kind of prodding at them with his rapiers to see if any of them are still alive.
Kicking over one looks to be the monk that you knocked over. You hear a chingle of a pouch that just kind of falls to one side, and a few gold coins scatter outside of it. Looks to be a pretty substantial amount of gold, 355 pieces specifically. On it is a symbol of the Lion of the Empire.
Oh no.
I'll hold it up and just wave it at the group. Looks like they tipped us.
Oh, lovely.
Roman, I do not think that's a tip.
Who is going into the house?
Kevin, I think.
Yeah, I was walking over to the house.
I'll
Okay.
join Kevin after I grab my arrow real fast.
Go ahead and make your investigation check, Kevin.
I will assist you.
That's
Yours.
good, because for some reason I'm always trash at these, even though I have a +7.
Damn right.
That's how I felt about survival.
See, there it is again.
Okay.
But I had advantage, so 26.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Going into the camp itself, or the house itself, you find what looks to be about 5 different bodies. One looks to have been dead quite much longer than the rest of them, probably the better part of at least 2 weeks, given the stench of the decay. But there are 4 other bodies that look to have been died more recently, 3 of which are Empire soldiers in their studded leather jerkins and spears with the lion symbol in front. And the 4th one looks to have been somebody in a blue garb, or at least a merchant's traveling outfit.
Does the blue garb mean anything to me by any chance, or does it just look like a nice blue cloak or something?
It's a nice blue cloak.
And is there anything remarkable about the Empire soldiers?
Make an investigation check. You already did it. That 14.
No, is that
Their
because
stuff looks to be studded leather armor and light crossbows with long swords, but nothing remarkable.
Make anything all this, Kevin.
Only that it is odd that there is dead Empire soldiers here. But no, nothing else.
I mean, we're going to investigate mysterious things the Empire wants investigated. Dead soldiers.
It's just, you would think you would have heard more about this if there was missing soldiers.
I think that's exactly what we're here to find out, though, isn't it?
I do not recall anyone mentioning missing soldiers.
That's fair.
Is there anything important with the non-Empire soldier bodies?
Looks to have been a lady. Nothing remarkable about her. No identifying papers or marks. Looks like whatever belongings she did have were tossed into a nearby campfire, which is still smoldering.
Gonna try and. Does the investigation check cover what's in the fire, or do we need to go
It's
check
ash at this point.
it? Okay, fair enough.
Ha! The 26 found ash. Good thing I rolled high, otherwise we wouldn't have found that ash, you know?
Kevin, you're truly remarkable at this whole thing.
I am a natural detective.
Is there like a magnifying glass in your hand?
Not many artificers could have found the ash in this fire.
Roman is tossing the regular bodies just to see if there's anything useful or notes or anything about them.
Okay. They all have the same breastplate, bright red, hand on the front, symbols of the scaled tyrant on the back. Every single one of them. These are uniformed.
Mm-hmm. Might actually be better for me. Is it about my body size, or are they much bigger than me?
Hobgoblins, they're pretty burly. You could maybe find a blacksmith to help fit them. But they need to deal with the fact that you're wearing a bright red breastplate with the symbol of, Tiamat on the back.
I can paint that over.
Paint it a nice rainbow color.
I'm having.
Yeah.
He's just like, just trying to rub it off, like, a little bit of elbow grease, this will come right off.
Fluff it out.
Totally.
Some steel wool, just
I'll take at least one of them off to throw in the wagon. See if we
Okay.
can use it later.
Show it to people. Who knows?
23 is going to be comforting 24. Making sure he's not too scared from the battle.
Aw, your horse. I forgot.
He's a boy.
Does he know that he's a boy?
I don't know. Maybe.
Somebody knows he's your boy.
That's all that matters.
All that matters.
So many jokes. So many jokes.
So, what are we
I
doing?
will. So are we going to Camp Pia? Are we going to move on? What time of day is it?
Yeah.
Midday.
Gotta keep on then.
All
Yeah,
right.
might as well keep on. If you all don't mind, I think I'm going to lay back in the carriage. My chest feels very staticky.
Right.
Yeah, we can help a little bit with that, hopefully.
Just because Reynard is paranoid, he is going to cast his once a day detect magic, and he's just going to once over everything and everybody.
Okay. As you give a good glance over, you do see some of the magic surrounding Roman, but other than that, and the cloak, I believe Kevin is wearing.
23.
23 is wearing the cloak.
he would see my magic infusions, though.
Other than that, it's
And my bow.
What type of magic is on them?
on which one?
The clothes on Roman and the cloak on 23.
Well, the cloak on Roman, or the cloak on 23 is an abjuration. It's the cloak of protection.
Okay, I didn't realize you were talking about that cloak.
Yep.
That's right. He had the hat from the store, not the cloak.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, is the hat magic? So we know the hat is not magic. Okay, good.
It's not magic.
Oh, you're wearing the cloak of protection, which is blue, and that orange hat.
Mm-hmm.
I left the.
Oh, hold on. Let me
Really
change the
looking like a
colors.
Destiny character right now.
1 second here. I'll change the colors to make it more fitting. Here we go.
And what is the magic on Roman?
His sword, as I recall. Oh wait, no, he's hexblade. It's not summoned. Yeah, he doesn't have a sword out. Never mind.
Spoiler alert.
It's not his clothes. It's just his sword.
Yeah, which is now.
No. I left that suit behind. I was
Okay.
way too paranoid.
All
I'm
right.
back in original clothing.
Renard will just kind of do the circle around the air. All right, let's get moving. Nothing else here to find, as far as I can tell.
As we start to go away, I'm gonna look at the symbol of Tiamat. Is it similar to the symbol on the bow? I know this one's Amael, but are they like similar-ish?
No.
Okay.
Amiel's is a platinum, or is like a silver or platinum dragon with bright golden eyes.
Right, but this one's prismatic, so I guess I was curious if it was different. Okay.
Okay. You gather your party and adventure forth. All right, let me adjust the music again.
Oh, I
So
I'll stick with this.
So everyone knows I put the 350 in the party loot.
Oh, cool.
All righty, let's zoom in on another wonderful map done by Miss Zoe. Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Here we go. The road descends as you proceed northward for another few hours into a town built mostly on the near side of a broad, sluggish river. 6 old stone piers jut out from water, marking the spot where a bridge once stood, but for the span itself, long gone. Instead, a couple of thick, long ropes span the cross of the river, each secured to a flat-bottomed ferry boat. Brown fields and green orchards surround the town. And as you approach from the south on the west bank, a small group of armed townsfolk, 3 in leather, 1 in mail, stands guard, watching you warily, where one will say, "Halt and state your business, strangers."
Ah, hello.
Hello.
We are adventurers.
Okay, good to know. I'm Sergeant Hurst. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. My name is Kevin.
You got a couple of other guards are just looking really unsure of you. Their hands are still on their weapons, but the man raised their eyes, his hand up. What brings you here?
I'm trying to ask you, introduce yourselves. It's polite.
Mhm. Yeah, you were doing so good. I just wanted to let you keep going. You know, practice
I
makes
agree.
perfect.
Yes.
We are the group Misfortune. We're heading north to investigate some disappearances. I'm Roman.
Disappearances.
We're traveling to the Adanian Vale. Have you heard of any issues in the area?
Well, good news, you just made it. But we've been having issues with hobgoblins.
Oh yes, we killed some of them.
We know, and I'll reach back and pull up the breastplate. Killed a
Oh,
couple.
indeed, where? Bands of those murderous savages have been skulking near the town for days now. You're lucky you just came through it.
Yeah, it was how far ago was that?
Not even
2
half a
hours.
day, right? Oh yeah.
Not terribly far.
Yeah, just down the road. Found a couple guards. A few of them, took them out. Kept on going.
All right then. I'm guessing your adventurers. Are you here to do something, or?
As we mentioned, we're heading to the Adanian Vale, trying to.
Oh, congratulations, you made it.
Well, exactly. And as I continue, we're here to investigate magical disturbances. People are unable to get messages in here, out of here. It's very peculiar.
All right, well, suit yourself, but be careful. The woods are crawling with goblins. I wouldn't advise it.
Well,
Not advise what?
I mean, we already killed a bunch of hobgoblins. What's a couple of goblins?
Guess y'all better than I thought. The old bridge inn is just ahead across the river on your left, or if you prefer, you can try the Green Apple on the other side of the square. I like the old bridge inn myself.
What's wrong with the green apple?
It's more of a watering hole, if you take my meaning.
Fair enough. Thank you for your help.
Sure. And he'll step to the side and let you all pass in.
Well, not a lot of obvious things wrong in the Vale.
Yes, these seem like very nice people.
I mean, other than the whole hobgoblins, red-handed doom thing.
You don't think the hobgoblins have something to do with it? Renaud, do you know if they're particularly good at magic?
Well, considering the work with the wellspring, considering some of those hobgoblins have been throwing spells at us, I have to assume that at the very least they have some manner of arcane institution to teach them. And on the other hand, considering that Kevin found dead bodies that had been robbed with Imperial soldiers, I have to say that they are probably the ones who have been robbing the caravans. Everything up here seems to be connected, at least that's a safe assumption.
How powerful would you have to be to cancel the magic of an entire area?
I don't know, but considering that this was made by a member of the Dawn's Fire and an Archmage of Abjuration to boot, I imagine their ability to create such an artifact would be more than capable. And it's not that you would need to be as powerful as them to use it, just smart enough to know how to wield it.
Hobgoblin, smart, not two words I usually put together.
Yeah, enough driven people. You never know what they can do. I mean, is the wellspring something they can use as a weapon? I mean,
I imagine so.
it doesn't sound too offensive to me. It sounds more like, I don't know, something you'd use for healing or creating. I don't know.
From what I understand, it is a power amplifier.
From what notes we found of it, it is a source of magical energy. Now keep in mind, if it's just pure, raw magical energy, that means it could be used for many different purposes. I mean, you all have seen me literally concuss the air with such a degree that it makes people implode upon themselves. Now imagine if I had an artifact created by an Archmage of the Dawnspire and I could channel that to affect, say, an entire region.
Yes, I concur with Renard here. Likely just amplifies whatever the user's trying to do. So if it is a powerful hobgoblin wizard using the wellspring, then who knows what the limits of his power are.
Dude.
First and foremost, I think we need to settle into... he looks over towards the river. I'm going to take a wild guess and say this is Orchard's River, the town that we were suggested to come to and look up when we got to the Adanian Vale. This is where our first source of information is going to be. We should ask around where the trade caravans have been coming from, where they haven't been coming from, and where any reports of them being attacked are, so we can handle that. Seems like the first place to start.
Yes, Roman, why don't you start the bar?
Yeah, beat me to it.
Roman, I am concerned. You've been drinking quite a lot since we got off the ship.
I did die recently, so...
Is that
Maybe.
a common side effect?
That's probably a traumatic enough experience to, encourage drinking.
Yeah.
As you all are making your way through the town, eventually you arrive at the river, where a simple ferryman kind of inclines his head towards you and says, "You looking to get across the river?"
I was looking to go for a swim, but if you're offering...
Well, whatever you're into, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah. And he'll whistle really... The capstans will start turning, where you can see two very large draft horses are moving about this capstan, spinning it about very carefully while the ferry grinds its way from one side of the river to the other. The process takes about 5 minutes before it finally gets to you all. And then it just kind of settles to a stop at the end where he'll gesture for you all to get on.
You ever notice that when you come to places like this, it's never in the position for you to travel across. It's always an inconvenience.
It's
It's
true.
likely designed that way.
What happened to the larger bridge over there?
Well, that's been destroyed for over 1,000 years, near as I can tell.
Why would
So,
you simply not rebuild it?
that's exactly what I was going to say.
It's old dwarven crafts. I don't know many people who know how to do that around here.
Why not build a new bridge?
Yes.
Yeah, why are you doing this whole thing with the ferry?
We tax the merchants.
Couldn't you do that on a bridge?
Eh.
It seems highly convoluted.
Maybe they
No,
charge more
let's
for the
not
ferry.
judge them for their ways of life.
I mean, it's a lovely ferry. I'm just curious.
Y'all gonna go across, or are you just gonna narc on?
Bernard just walked on. It's like, why are you still talking to these people? Why are you making their lives hell?
Onward 24.
I demand to speak to your manager.
You don't have the haircut.
Okay, Karen.
All right. And he'll let out a, all right, oyster us! And the capstan will start, for the process of going across from one end to the other carries you slowly to the other end.
Like I said, a bridge would alleviate all these issues.
I mean, 23 and I can just walk.
I could go with you, actually.
You can breathe underwater.
Yes, remember? I can hold my breath forever.
Forgot about that.
I
regularly forget about breathing. To be fair.
It is easy to forget about when you don't have to do it.
Yes.
Can you breathe if you wanted to?
No.
23 will try to breathe.
There's you just see him look like he's like got a hiccup or something. You just
Fish out of water.
no fact.
I'll just kind of like, I'll be like, you need air for that, and I'll just like thrust some air into his mouth as he's trying.
Nothing. Yeah.
Maybe we could jerry rig something.
I don't know
I
if you
could
can
probably put a bellows system in your chest.
Oh, like a forge almost. Maybe I could breathe fire then.
Oh god.
Okay.
I could work on some designs.
Oh, that watering hole is looking better and better.
What, you don't want 23 to have fire breath as well as lightning, whatever he does?
Just wondering why this conversation is happening right now at this very minute while we're crossing a ferry.
Why
What else
ferry
are we going
takes
to
a
talk
while.
about?
What else are we
Eventually,
talking about?
the ferry will get to the other end. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Cerulean will also tip the ferryman. He'll tip him 5 gold and say, "Thank you very much."
Jesus.
Oh, that's,
Wow.
wow, that's more than I make in a month.
I'll tip
Holy
the
cow!
ferryman
Thank you.
$400.
Hey,
Rich folk.
I want to make sure that people feel like they are, respected.
This is more than I make in a month. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
I'm just shaking my hand back and like, spread the word of misfortune. We're
Done. And he is going off to take the day off.
Oh, don't. Now we're gonna have all kinds of workers knocking on our
Oh,
caravan.
Tom,
I was just trying to be nice.
and you were excessively so.
He'll give it.
I'm
He'll give
going
a
to the
shrug.
Green Apple Inn.
He'll shrug and he'll say, "We have to make sure that people at least realize that they're respected in that sort of aspect. I mean, think about it. The guy probably stays in the ferry half the day, going back and forth. That's got to be boring, right?"
Well, not anymore. He literally just left for the day. There's no more
Exactly.
ferry.
Well, we're gonna have to sleep for the night anyway. So why are we worrying?
I'm not talking
I
about
guess we have to get
us.
across the bridge.
There's like a line of carriages just stacking up on the other side.
Like, fuck. Now we know why the fire outs have stopped.
They're
I'm gonna keep-
sitting over there. They see the ferryman go running off. Like, shit.
So the other guy hears about misfortune. It's like, I will have my vengeance.
Curse you, Dinkelberg.
Okay, guys. Glancing about the town itself, it's almost kind of ideal with the grassy field in the middle where you can see children are running about playing some sort of game of catch. Merchants are gathered in the square as if they're waiting. There's a bunch of different caravans just not going anywhere in the same grassy field. But you make your way winding past a few buildings until you arrive at the Green Apple Inn, where, much as one might expect of such a building, it is a bright green apple color roof. Very narrow building. Looks like it's probably about twice as tall as it is wide. You imagine you could probably stretch your arms out twice and get from one end to the other. Not a very long building, but definitely tall at 3 stories. As your door pops open, there is a small crowd here, about 10 to 15 people, pretty much stacked on top of each other at a bar. And as you look up, you can see a stairwell that leads up to another layer of a ring around and then another layer with a ring around. And people gathered around here to drink. There is not any rooms of which to stay in. However, as you come up, a very stout dwarf with brunette hair and very freckled face, and you'd swear that's some chin scruff, she'll walk up to you and, "Oh yeah, fucking weird bunch, ain't ya? Welcome to the Green Apple Inn. Look, I'm Thama. Can I get you to drink?" And she kind of eyes the Warforged for a moment, for she'll look towards the normal people of the group, which is a blue person.
I will. Yes,
Normal.
I would love to drink.
Ignore him. He actually doesn't drink.
I implore you to bring me ale.
You
This
also
very
don't.
instant.
23. You don't even breathe.
23 isn't backing down.
All
Just
right.
staring at her and in DOS.
All right. What's wrong with me? She'll kind of incline her head before. Well, it's 2 copper a drink.
I will put down 5 silver.
Well, okay then, and she'll take it. Go ahead and sit yourself down over there. I'll be right with you. And she will huddle her way off towards the bar, starting that she's going to a tap.
Why did you just buy 25 drinks?
I guess first round's on him.
I don't know. I'm surprised anymore.
That is a joke.
I figured it was a little my fault. I always told him to try and blend in. You know, when you first met us, I was trying to have them drink, so everyone didn't notice they were giant metal men.
I am getting better, although the things in my compartment are getting a little wet.
Try just pouring it on the floor.
I'll find a potted plant.
A few moments will pass by before she'll come up with what looks to be a tray full of beer, 2 giant trays full of beer, and just here's the first 15. I'll be right back.
Yeah. How about we just consider the rest a tip?
Suit yourself. I'm easy. She'll waddle off to hand on another table. I'll be right with you. Hold your damn tits.
Now, 23, look at the arrangement of drinks. Does it look like the 4 of us, pointing to the people who can drink, does it look like we can have that much?
It looks like I can have that much.
You don't drink!
Technically, he
So-
can
Get
put
full
liquid
either.
inside him.
So what's the plan here, guys?
Does anyone have a bucket, by the way?
Beth, you said we saw a group of people congregating in the grassy field.
Yes.
I am going to go investigate the group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to go see what that congregation was about. Goodbye.
I'm
Okay.
going to take 3 of 23 drinks and say, and I'm taking these to wet their whistles. Maybe they'll actually want to talk to us.
That is a good idea. Good job, Bernard.
As you make your way out into the field, you can see a lot of these merchants are having a very direct conversation with an elderly gentleman kind of resting on a cane, bright red robes with a single white banner down the middle, kind of cresting bald on the top of his head, very venerable in his own way, although immediately to his back and right is a very impressively armored woman with a big, massive greatsword on the back, dressed in what looks to be the militia, at least of the town. And he'll finally say, I understand, my friends. We will have trade resumed as soon as we possibly can. I have actually just found out there are adventurers here in town. I'm going to see if we can get them to help deal with this threat and get your goods moving. I understand, please. We are trying our best to get this dealt with. And other people seem to be just kind of gruffing at him and not having a real result before several of them will walk off, and he'll just kind of take his very dim spectacles off and just rub the bridge of his nose in a very... He puts them back on and looks at all of you. As you approach,
Just Renard and...
Kevin and Renard, yeah.
Okay,
He'll
yeah,
both
okay.
of you.
Renard actually takes a moment to tap Kivitz and says, so how the fuck do you think he knew we were in town? Because nobody else came across the ferry, and, well, there's a, 300-foot river between us and here?
We did tip the ferryman 5 gold and then go to an inn first and wait to get 15 drinks.
Wouldn't
It
a
is possible
trade
the
caravan do
ferryman
same?
told everyone we were here.
We came in with a cart or whatever. If the ferryman runs off saying, hey, there's adventurers in town, they gave me 5 gold, I am going to kill Cerulean.
I almost guarantee you that's how they found out.
Yes, hello, good sir. My name is Renard Montaigne, and this is my good friend Kevin. We were hoping to talk with individuals who have experience in the trade routes. We were hoping to look into the information of why the trade caravans have stopped coming down from the Adanian Vale.
Well, it's Very nice to meet you, Mr. Reynard, Kevin. My name is Noro Winston, and I am the town speaker of Orchards River. And he'll actually bow his head. Well, this is my guard, Captain Serana. And if you are so abrupt, then I shall be as well. And I will get right to the point. We're in a lot of trouble. And I was hoping I could persuade you and your friend here to give us a hand.
Well, we're asking you for information, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Well, it sums like this. Our town is under attack. Hobgoblin raiders have been harrying our lands for the better part of a month now. They've attacked and killed people in the outlying homesteads, and they've been waylaying travelers along the Dawn Way. At this point, the captain will then speak. We've had some trouble with them before. A quick raid on homesteads in the west side of the river. Usually not that bad, but this is different. It looks like a large and aggressive tribe has moved down out of the mountains. Frankly, I fear they may be numerous enough to sack the town. And the townspeople will then speak up. Beyond the immediate threat to our homes, this road is our lifeblood. If the hobgoblins make the road impassable to the west, trade won't come this way and we'll be ruined. And not only do we need to repel the raiders from our town, but we've got to keep that road open. Can you help us?
How many are in the surrounding area? How many do you suspect they have?
The captain will speak up. We're not sure. 100 warriors, maybe. There have been at least 3 different war bands around our lands at the same time, each about 15 to 20 strong, so at least 50 to a minimum.
Have you issued any sort of bounty system for them?
We've tried. Word hasn't gotten out. But if you can help deal with it, we could pay you as much as 500 gold pieces each if you can drive off the hobgoblins.
Very well. Any other information you have? Is there any fortifications, castles, ruins, anywhere that you think they may have set up a camp nearby in the woods along the, I believe you called it the Dawn Way?
He kind of scratches his chin for a minute. Well, there is an old ruined castle about 15 miles or so west on the Dawn Way. It's certainly possible that the hobgoblins have seized it.
Seems like as good a place as any to start.
It's supposed to be haunted, but they might not care.
The travel pamphlet that I bought, basically, that mentioned like mysterious ruins that looked cool in the Vale. Did Vrath Keep look like it was? Because that was one that stood out to me when I was reading through the pamphlet. Did it look like it was in this general area, or is that further away?
It's in the general area, yeah.
Is it possible that this ruined castle is Vrath Keep?
That's what it's called in the locals, yes.
Bernard, we may have more than one reason to go to there then.
I only need the one, but we can look into all of them.
I will say, we tried to take care of this ourselves. We sent a dozen guardsmen west on the road to find where the hobgoblins were lairing, but they got cut to pieces a few miles inside the forest. The hobgoblins are using fearful monsters and evil magic against us. When you showed up, we haven't had anybody here who could stand up to them.
Well, we did kill several on the road.
So I've heard.
And I would not want your livelihoods to be impeded by these marauders.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll let you know, we've encountered these foul hounds that breathe fire, very peculiar looking men who look like dragon men, and even a manticore or two.
Do I know what a manticore is?
Make a nature check.
Yes.
Yes, you know what a manticore is.
Gavin does not.
I've got a 7 in...
I didn't realize you're proficient in nature.
You're proficient in nature? What are you proficient in?
Got a
We're
7.
Me and Kevin are nerds, okay? Let's just leave it at that.
Got a 5 in intelligence and proficiency, and I can't roll good.
It's
Nature was wisdom.
I will draw you a sketch of it later, Kevin. Let's just say it's a pretty nasty creature.
Hmm.
It's something we should
Possible
be
it is in my
careful of.
memory banks, and I just cannot recall it.
If you are going to be going into the Witchwood, I would advise you to seek out Jor. You can't find someone who knows the woods better. His cabin is out of the way, but it could be worth the walk. If you take the Witch Trail, that's the northernmost path, go left at the first big trail crossing. Jor's cabin is about 7 miles in. Or if you follow the Dawn Way, take a right on the trail about 9 miles from the forest edge. Jor's cabin is near the Blackwater.
Reynard will write that in his notes. Very good. I'm sure there's more information that we could glean from you, but for the life of me, I can't think of anything more we need to ask. It seems fairly straightforward. While there's hobgoblins do seem to be well organized, as long as we're careful, it should be simple enough that we should be able to take them out and at the very least restore trade from the west. Something to get you all back in operation.
Do they seem more active during the day or night?
Haven't shown any discretion for one way or the other that I can think of.
Good to know.
When they ambushed you and your guard force, were they waiting, camping out and waiting for things to come by, or was it something that you just stumbled upon them?
The survivors said they were traveling along the way when they were ambushed.
So we should definitely make sure that we are watching our sides and our back, maybe even traveling sporadically.
Well, even the ones that we fought on the road ambushed us today, or attempted
Yes.
to.
It's a running pattern, but it just means that we should be far more wary of where we encounter creatures. We shouldn't go wandering along the bottom of any ravines with raised on sides and woods to hide in. That was foolish of us. I don't know why we decided to travel along that road. I'm going to have a word with Tempest.
Well, the woods were very thick. It made sense that Tempest picked that road. He is not a very strong person. He cannot push through trees and vines.
If he's unnavigated and he thinks that's the right way to travel, we're going to have a word with him about it. Very good. 500 gold per man to deal with this threat. We will do what we can. If it turns out that this threat is larger than you may think, is there any standing bounty per hobgoblin head?
Not yet, but I would say we could send a message to Crimson Witch to find that out. That's something the nobles there would be able to deal with.
Have you been able to get word into Crimson Witch at all?
Shakes his head. No.
And Crimson Witch is which direction?
He points to the east. That's the largest city in the Vale. That way. Several days.
So Reynard kind of looks back and forth. So the direction the hobgoblins have situated themselves is the opposite direction of the Crimson Witch. Have you had any reports of hobgoblins on the eastern side of the river?
He'll nod his head. Yes.
Fair enough.
Marauding bands on giant wolves.
All right. I guess we'll have more to deal with once we deal with the stuff in this castle. Where in town will we be able to get any supplies we may need?
Oh, it depends on what you need. If you need arms and armaments, you could go to Moreland's Smithy. If you need potions of healing or things in that regard, you could probably go to the Shrine of Amael. If you just need basic provisions, Jendar's warehouse and Steryl's provisioning are on the other side of the river. If you need horses, Dolores Livery is north of here. If you need a place to stay, I would really recommend the Old Bridge Inn. Although it is currently expensive right now.
I can understand. I imagine you have very few rooms to actually rent. I noticed that there is a temple off towards the south. Are there any priests in town?
The Shrine of Amael, yes. I would also recommend, if you are looking for somebody to tinker or do magic, you could visit Sir Terrian. He is a little eccentric, but he might be able to help you out.
Where would he be?
He'll point to the south. Southernmost house along the road.
Would he be where I was told I might find, like, gears and springs and things like that?
He would definitely be the person for that. He is an eccentric little gnome.
I think I will pay him a visit.
He'll nod his head at that. I will leave you all to your business. Thank you. You have, well, my thanks. And he
Don't
will,
thank us yet. We haven't done anything, but we will try our best.
and that is enough, and more than most. And he will make his way towards the town speaker's house, gesturing for Serana to follow him. Who will give you a very stern gaze if she's gauging you all for a moment before she'll nod and make her way off, following him.
Renard just gives her the same deadpan, empty spit stare that he gives everybody.
She's got an adventuring look to her. Very gruff-looking woman.
Well, Kevin, this information will be good to report. I'd like to talk to the caravan, see if any of these individuals have managed to survive, if there's any supplies out there that we might be able to find, and if there's any rewards for that as well, or anything useful we might be able to recover.
I will assist you with that.
Okay.
Plus, I still have these 3 drinks that I didn't hand over because it wasn't useful.
Make a investigation check with charisma with advantage.
I don't think either one of us are going to be very good at that.
I have a 1 in charisma.
Okay, I will assist Kevin.
Hey,
That's
that's
actually
investigation.
So subtract 5 from that, 16.
yeah.
Okay.
No, subtract 4 from it because I have a 1 in charisma and a 5 in intelligence. So
Okay, 4.
it's
So you're
17.
looking. What are you looking for specifically from them?
We're speaking to the trade caravans to see if any of these have been ones that have been robbed and any supplies that may have been important or notable that would have been taken by the hobgoblins coming from the west.
Majority of them looks like they managed to get through and then were delayed or stopped here. The ones that had been interfered with outran them as best as they could. Nothing has been pillaged yet, but nobody's allowed to leave the town, which is their biggest gripe.
So
They
no
figured they made it out
survivor.
one way, they could make it another.
So no survivors that just managed to get in town with just their lives, not their things.
Yeah.
Okay. I will still hand out the drinks just because I said I was going to, and I don't want to carry them anymore.
By this point, it's warm beer, so
It's 5 minutes. Come on, it hasn't been that long. All right, Timothy. Sorry. All right, Kevin. I can't think of anything more of what we might be able to discern out here. So, if you want
I
to
will
speak
go
with
to
the
this-
Sartarian, I'd accompany you as well to make sure he's not taking advantage of you. But other than that,
That would be very unbecoming of him. I do not think he would do that. But you
perhaps
may.
not. But I'm suspicious of individuals all the time. So,
That's fair. Sounds as though he is a wizard, so then you two may have something in common.
yes.
okay. Are you going to Sertarian's place? All
Yes.
right. How about the rest of you?
23 is looking for a bucket.
I'd imagine it's not terribly hard to find a bucket.
23 puts a bucket in his chest and starts drinking beer.
Not really. It's more like it's just spilling across the place.
Tempest just looks your way. It's just like,
Whoosh across, and you can see the bartender going,
Give me a dex check. Come on.
I'll look at the barkeeper and just be like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Roman is going to take a few beers and he's going to see if there's anyone in here that looks like a traitor that he can chat up for any information about what's been going on.
Make an investigation check with charisma.
So
Tempest is gonna have a drink. Just say, I need some fresh air. I'm gonna walk around.
So, hey, yeah, add 4 to this. 3 in charisma.
Okay. I'm going to give you basically the same information that I gave Bernard, is people have been panicking, trying to get into town, but they're not allowed to leave right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hobgoblins and other nasties are out there.
Come back, sit at a table, and let the rest of the group know that. And like, that wasn't so hard. Just give a couple of guys a drink. You know, they start talking. So, yeah, it seems like people have just been getting raided and need some people to help them out.
Okay. Walking up to Sir Tarian's place, it's definitely a gnome hovel. The house itself only stands at about 4 feet tall. Outside of it is a mailbox that sits on a spring that kind of waves back and forth very slowly in the wind. And you can see a smokestack that seems to just puff, little puffs of little black smoke, poof, poof, poof from time to time, overlooking what looks to be a house that's mostly made out of stone with little bits of wood here or there.
I probably pushed the mailbox a few times.
Raynar double checks his book to make sure he has absorb elements prepared today, just in case something explodes.
I actually do have absorb elements prepared.
All right, after
That's-
you.
Yes?
Hello. I was told you have springs.
A few moments pass by before the door slams open. And inside you see a gnome with very bright bubblegum pink hair, a wrench, and a great smile as he looks at all of you. You want springs? I have lots of
Very
springs.
much so.
Big one, small one, some as big as your head.
Probably not ones that big.
What kind do we need? What do you need them for? Waffle.
I'm impressed that was not the first thing you noticed.
And he just reaches out like he's trying to touch Jesus. This is
I will gently pat him on the head.
whatever you need. I am here for you.
There's another one of us in the inn. He is bigger.
And he just kind of grips his heart before he sees. Look, I'm gonna make a check real quick. Excuse me.
And we killed him.
He faints. Right there.
Just gonna poke him a few times.
Ding, ding. I'm alive. You're real. And he dusts himself off. Excuse me. I am Sir Tarian the Magnificent, connoisseur of industry. How can I help you? Springs. Springs. I can get you springs.
I'm Kevin. This is Renard.
Wonderful to meet you.
Nobody makes springs. They're very difficult to find.
Philistines, all of them. Please come in, come in, come in. And he just practically drags you. Oh, he tries to drag you. More like he drags and you just stand there. He has no strength to his person.
And I'll
He's
follow
walking
him
in place trying
inside.
to bring you into his house.
Yeah, I'll follow him inside.
Okay. As you go into his place, this is very much a place where you would not want to have any open flames because there's little stacks of powder, rocks, ores, and then one shelf in one corner is just gizmos and gadgets, springs, sprockets, and other things that are industrial like that. Although one of them hops off the shelf and walks up to you. It is a squirrel made mechanical.
This is fascinating. I have been thinking of trying to design something like this. How did you do it?
Oh, well, time, effort, and lots of bodies. Or squirrels.
I hope you mean squirrel bodies.
Yes, that, very much that. And he seems to be digging through one of his chests for too big. What kind of spring do you need?
I'll look at my arm and just gauge size of it. Maybe finger length.
Ah, that's easy.
One
And
or two of them.
And he grabs the squirrel by the neck and just, and the squirrel seems to go limp for a moment before he just hands you a spring.
This will do. How much do I owe you?
Oh, it is a pleasure to work with you. Bernard, is your sleeves covered?
When you say covered, what do you mean?
Is your copper wire out?
No, it's underneath the sleeve.
Okay. Is he? Could I maybe study you for a while?
How long is a while?
Couple weeks.
I do not believe we are going to be in town for that long. The town speaker has contracted us to eliminate some hobgoblins that are causing you trouble.
Oh, you're adventurers.
Yes. This is Renard. I am Kevin.
Oh, hello, Renard. Hello, Kevin. I am Sartarian the Wise, but you knew that. Also known as the Magnificent. I am capable of providing gizmos and gadgets and arcane components, if you so desire them.
Newly noted.
Maybe you can give me assistance with this. I've been trying to design a spring mount for this, and I'll show him my palm pistol. To spring mount it to my arm, but I have not had the actual tools to work with to design said spring mount.
He kind of, I see. I do have a glove that might work with that, but I would need some time to invest in it.
How much
It'll
time?
be a glove that connects up to the wrist, and you could chink, flick it out, like so.
I never thought about wearing a glove, but
It's more like a bracer, but you would need the glove to be connected right. Trust me, it would work.
very well.
You're interested? You'll do
Yes,
it?
I would also like to purchase black powder from you.
Oh. How much would you like?
I don't know how much I would need.
Well,
I am trying to make forward-facing explosive devices.
Oh! Firearms. Easy. Let's see.
Less firearm, more stationary proximity-triggered explosive.
A bomb?
Yes, that's a good name for it.
That may take me a little bit more time. Let me.
I imagine I could figure out the building of it on my own if it helps, but I would need the supplies.
It would take me a while to. Come back tomorrow.
We can do that.
I think I have just what you need, but it's. Yes, I think I could. It would probably be just an issue. For a single bomb, the black powder is hard to find these days. Probably 120 gold.
I could probably come up with enough gold to get some black powder from you. Yes.
Outstanding. At least for the yield that you want.
Yes. It does have to do sufficient damage to deter people from going any further than where I place it. While ideally not doing damage to me or my friends.
Well, I think we can make that work. Come back tomorrow, and I'll have some prepared for you. And then I will even give you the schematic if you bring your friend.
I'm sure I could. 23 has electricity. He will have to stand outside.
Oh yes.
Or we are staying at the Old Bridge Inn. You can come by and watch him drink beer.
He's capable of drinking?
I'm not sure, but he's trying.
It seems like he's pondering. You can see him visibly shake for a moment before he. No, don't break the law. I will remain here. Come back tomorrow. I will have it ready for you.
Okay. I will turn and Gandalf stoop my way out,
Okay.
avoiding any chandeliers.
Amigo Renard. Renard, what are you doing?
Leaving.
Leaving? Okay.
Also, Dan, for clarification, ideally what I'm trying to make here is some sort of like claymore mine.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
Okay, I was making sure.
Yep. I know what you're trying to do. And I've got a thing for that.
Cool.
Don't worry.
You weren't subtle about it.
I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want it to be. I didn't want there to be any confusion.
Oh, I got you. You're good. Okay. All right. What else are y'all doing?
I'm just walking around town, like I said.
Probably Roman's probably just sticking with 23, making sure he doesn't get into trouble, and just kind of keeping an ear out if you can hear any gossip about the disappearances or anything.
Okay. The day passes into evening without much to do. The town is tense, very much so, as people are moving hitherto and back and forth. A lot of anxious hearts trying to figure out what they should do for the next few weeks. Is there anything you wish to do for the rest of the evening?
Make sure that my horse is fed.
You
And
can
has
actually take it to Dolores livery stables and have it housed there.
I will go there with 24.
Okay. Let me bring up my notes because there's a thing there. You can actually see a very gruff-looking woman, a little mid-set or a little heavy-set. Looks like she's about her mid-40s. Got that weathered, tanned look to her expression. Her hair kind of frayed and pulled back into a bun. Very long cigarette sticking out of one end as looks like she's just sitting on the porch in the evening looking at you. Howdy, stranger. Welcome to my stable. You're housing your animal there.
I am.
All right, it's silver a night.
All right. I shall pay that. Will he be taken care of appropriately?
Oh yeah, she'll be fed.
Is it a she? 23-year-old, bend down and look.
I don't know.
Is it a boy or a girl? I mean,
I don't know. Did you buy it? Which one do you want it to be? Why not both? Do we have to define our horses by their gender?
I mean, depending on the size of their dong, kinda.
I'll say it's male.
Okay, sounds good. He is a male.
All right, well, she'll get herself up and kind of hobble over to it. Kind of extend her hand out in a grabbing motion. Coin, please.
I will give her 1 silver piece. Actually, I'll give her 1 silver piece for now.
All right, she'll take it from you. Appreciate you kindly. And she will go off and stable your horse.
I appreciate it. Do the horses here look malnourished?
No.
They look good?
Yeah.
All right.
Taken care of.
Good. All right.
Except for your horse.
Except for me.
Except for yours.
24.
That you're a warforged did not seem to bother her.
No.
Does she? Can I follow her?
She goes back to her porch when you're done.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you stalking her?
I just
You
putting
follow
on
her.
the
She kind of gives you a wary glance before she saddles or bridles the horse and puts it up and sets it up in a little sentinel, and then walks back to her porch and goes back to smoking.
Just want to make sure he's taken care of. He is a very good friend of mine.
Oh, don't worry. I keep track of all animals.
I appreciate that. You don't seem perturbed at all by the fact that I'm a giant robot.
I've seen weirder shit in my days.
Such as?
Well, there was this one time I saw this one giant eyeball with a lot of different stalks once.
Do I know what that is?
Make an Arcana check.
He's so
Let's
good
go
at this.
-2. I don't. Sounds fun to kill.
I don't know. I ran.
Well, that makes one of us, I suppose. I'd probably try to find it. Anyways, well, anything interesting in the area lately? We are here on a mission, actually.
Well, there's a bunch of hobgoblins attacking.
So we've dealt with some of them, and probably shall continue to do the same.
Other than that, it ain't much. There were some kids who tried to, not kids anyway, there were some goobers try to get out their way to go north, go find the old library arrest, but
The old,
they ain't find it.
the old library?
Yeah, one of the old Adanian libraries is somewhere to the north along the river.
How old is it?
300 years easy.
Is that pre-calamity or post-calamity?
It's pre-calamity.
Pre-calamity. It's interesting. How has it's been abandoned for 300, you said? Or it's been created 300 years ago?
She shrugs. Not sure.
Perhaps we'll check it out. Well, thank you kindly. You have a good day.
You as well. And she props her feet up, one leg over the other.
I will head out.
Got a beer and a cigarette on a nice cool evening. She's happy.
Sounds like a life.
All right.
Tempest will do some stuff.
What's Tempest doing?
Tempest will pass by the shrine to Amael like 3 or 4 times, and then eventually decide to go in.
Okay. Got my notes. It's not fairly large. Some small temple made of the same fieldstone and wood construction used by many other buildings in this town. A relatively portly gentleman with the white robes of Amael will walk up to you from the inside. You can see levels of pews leading up to a single altar. There is very sparse to this place, but he will bow his head and smile at you. Welcome to the Shrine of Amael.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Tempest looks visibly just like uncomfortable.
Can I help you with something, sir?
I don't know how did. And I'll once again looking very uncomfortable. He just like takes out the bone. It's like I got this, and I don't know. Is what did? Sorry, I'm terrible at this. I don't know. It just seems like this was handed to me, and not handed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Can you tell me more about Amael?
As he's kind of eyeballing the bow, and then you switch to the topic of Amael, he goes, I can talk your ear off about Amael. But what does this have to do with your bow? Am I being robbed?
Oh, no. And I'll show him the emblem of Amael on it.
Oh. Looks like whoever owned this at one time was a worshiper.
That
Or
was my
are
thought.
you a worshiper? I guess it was handed to you.
Yes. No, I was just, I've had it for about a month and a half now, and was just curious about it.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know much about random bows with things like that, but Amael holds a special reverence in the hearts of the citizens of the Empire due to his close relationship with the Dawnspire. He is our god of good dragons, most notably, but also protection, honor, nobility, and justice.
Yes, I've heard a little bit. I was raised on Mars Sarah, so I've heard the name thrown around. I've never been keen on gods and stuff in my time, so I don't know. It's just very peculiar to me, and I don't know. I was just trying to find some answers.
Well, this could be a place to go. All you have to do is uphold to his ideals.
That seems like a lot of commitment. What ideals are those? Just justice and kill bad dragons? Enjoy good dragon? I don't know any of this.
You must uphold the highest ideals of honor and justice. Be constantly vigilant against evil and oppose it on all fronts, and protect the weak, liberate the oppressed, and defend just order.
Oh, that sounds like that's a lot of stuff.
You think of it as wake up and do all these things, but it's just living your life, being a good person, and standing against bad things when you find them.
Well, I don't know about that. I've not exactly done the best things in my day.
Nobody has. Even the greatest champions grew up a thief.
Yes, right. Yes, sorry.
I speak of Vasilia, not you.
Yeah, yes, of course. That's what I knew you meant.
You stay for an evening and contemplate. I think it might do you some good.
I could do that. I don't think I've got any commitments for the evening.
Very
Sure.
well. The pews are yours to use. Ask him and he may answer.
Okay. I'll sit there and awkwardly make praying symbols and look miserably.
Are you actually trying to...
to pray.
Yeah.
He'll kind of sit there awkwardly for 5-10 minutes, being like, I don't know what does this even mean? I don't, and then eventually he'll kind of like, he'll try. He doesn't really know how.
Make a religion check at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage.
You just have to yell at the sky.
That's probably what I'm trying to do. Oh, disadvantage, why? I'm probably yelling at the sky.
Between the awkwardness of it all and having no idea what you're doing, you just kind of sit there for a few minutes, twiddling your thumbs, looking around, mumbling nothing to yourself, and it's just...
I'm the person who's like sitting in church while everyone else is like speaking in tongues, and I'm just like, what do I do?
Nothing happens.
I assume not. I'm just sitting there like, I'm sorry, this was a waste of time. Thanks though, you know.
Nothing is a waste if it is given earnestly.
I tried that part. And he'll kind of make his way back to the Green Apple Inn. I guess it's late.
Okay.
Oh, Old Bridge Inn.
As you're departing, he will simply say, you do what you can, and that will be enough.
Okay, I'll try.
All right. Going back to the Green Apple Inn, I'm assuming you all have a good evening of drinking and merriment.
Old Bridge Inn, right?
You went to the Green Apples, which you told me.
Oh, okay. Wherever we ended up.
Yeah, where are you guys staying for the evening?
I went to the old bridge.
I thought we did too.
I went to the Green Apple. Everybody else said where they were going.
I heard
I
it.
went to Green Apple.
The Green
I went to
Apple
the-
has no rooms.
That's what I thought.
I went to the
It's a
old
tap
bridge.
house.
To the Old Bridge Inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cerulean would have like drank like one mug, but then like taken the rest of the night to just sort of wander the town to see what it has to offer.
Okay. The Old Bridge Inn is very much a better part of town, at least in regards to places to sleep. It's actually run by a clan of halflings, the Shadowbanks, who all are very, very, very intent on getting everybody squared away appropriately. But he does say, unfortunately, it is 2 gold a night right now due to the crowding.
Is that a head or for a room?
Ahead.
Fuck. Even that place in the fancy place in Bearwick wasn't that bad.
Could always just stay outside.
No, I need a room.
Yeah, I'm tired of sleeping in a wagon. I'm gonna pay the 2 gold for myself.
2 gold for Tempest as well.
Very well. And what about you, Renard?
Yeah, I guess I don't have much choice in the matter.
Okay. Spending the evening is a quiet and uneventful sleep. And you all recover the next morning to the light patter of rain, a heavy fog, and a long rest.
Finally.
Hooray!
Huzzah.
Got all my stuff back.
Heckin' right.
You wake up the following morning to a breakfast being made, and so you could smell the pork coming up from downstairs as somebody's frying some bacon over something.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Fucking.
Why is it always bacon?
Why wouldn't it be bacon? Bacon's wonderful.
You're not in my room.
This is
How
Michael
dare you.
talking. This is Michael talking.
And making your way downstairs, you do see that it looks like several of the halflings are lined up on a few skillets, where one's frying bacon. That's the most potent of the smells. But you can see other ones doing grits, another one's doing omelets. The downstairs is packed, bar to bar, chair to chair. There's not a whole lot of maneuvering room as people are coming in for breakfast the following morning. But I'll say it takes about an hour, hour and a half for you guys to have your breakfast, get past all the throngs of people, and finish your preparations for the day before you decide what you want to do next.
Well, I did find some interesting information that both Renard want. There is a 300-year-old library to the north.
Oh joy, books.
300-year-old library.
Pre-calamity, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that would make it pre-calamity. Did you get more specific directions than that, or?
Unfortunately, I did not. It slipped my mind at the moment, but I'm sure if it's that old and it's been around this long, I'm sure it won't be too hard to find out where.
Do you know if it's on this side of the river, the other side of the river?
I'm not sure. It was an old lady who told me. She's the horse keep. If we want more information, we can ask her.
You could ask Sertarian.
Who is that?
23. You will like him. He is very fascinated with Warforged.
Ah. Can he let us see in the dark yet?
No. But he comes up to about your knee.
That is very short.
You could pick him up if you wanted to.
Probably. Anyways, what did the rest of you find?
We managed to find out information potentially about the hobgoblins. They're largely all over the region, east and west of the village, presumably north as well, below the mountains, I had to guess. And that we have reason to believe they're using a ruin, an old dilapidated castle, as a watch point somewhere in the Witchwood along the Dawnway.
I didn't get quite that much, but I got, the gist from some travelers last night, but that's a little more than I got.
The townspeaker is offering 500 gold a person if we can manage to deal with it.
Not an insignificant amount.
No.
It would help. How about you, Autumn? What'd you find?
I wandered the town to see maybe I could hear some passing rumors, but I didn't hear anything. It's pretty quiet.
Well, I need to go back down to Sertarian to pick up a bomb.
What?
Wait, what?
It is a word that he used to describe a small portable explosive device.
All right, I like things to go boom.
I could explain it to you, but even I was there, and truthfully, I'd rather see it in action. I think this is something that should speak for itself.
I'd imagine so if it explodes.
You should all go down there and get that, and then leave from there.
It will speak very loudly.
I doubt it will speak at all. It is a bomb and not a thing.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just shaking my head and just like,
I
You
think
did have a mechanical squirrel that spoke, though, so... Well, it didn't speak. It wanted to, though.
He ripped its head off. It took a spring out of it. I'm not sure if it's active anymore.
I'm sure he put a new spring in.
Interesting.
Perhaps. Regardless, I think our first course of action should be to investigate the Dawnway, see if we can't find these hobgoblins, and see if we can't properly navigate and find this castle. We were also given a contact, a man named Jor, who lives out in the Witchwood, and that he may be able to show us exactly where we need to go.
that sounds like it might be useful.
Shall we explore the Dawnway first, or the woods first?
I think instead of wandering around in the wood, we would be better off just finding Jor.
Isn't he in the woods though?
Yes, is he not in the woods and not on the Dawnway?
Yes, but we know how to get to him, and if we were to manage to get to him, I would imagine he'd be able to show us where we're going instead of us wandering around the woods aimlessly looking for wherever this castle is.
Hold on, I might be just like misimagining the area. Does the Dawnway run like perpendicular to the woods or through the woods?
Both.
Oh, okay.
There's a path north that goes through the woods, and there's a path west that goes to Asterhurst and White Pond.
Okay, so we can explore the Dawnway and the woods at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
Okay, then I'm not arguing about anything. I agree with your plan.
This is when the geography gets brought up, and we're all like, "Oh,
God, we need a map.
I thought that the Dawnway went one way and the woods went the other, and I was like,
Kevin, you really should read that
I'm
map." of
working on
yours."
getting you a proper Edanian Vale map. I don't have one yet.
Mhm.
I just want to avoid any other opportunities for us to be ambushed. Odds are there's going to be lots of hobgoblin patrols in these woods. The less time we spend there, the better.
Well, if we don't want to get ambushed, we should definitely stay off the roads. That's a terrible idea if there's going to be hobgoblins everywhere. I don't know why we're traveling on the road.
Reynard just looks dead at you and says, "Can you keep us from getting lost?"
Oh, maybe.
We still have the cart. Are we going to be able to take that off road?
That would be difficult, I find.
I think it might be. I agree with Kevin. I think we should just leave the cart here for now.
That's
keep
true.
it stabled. We don't need the provisions or anything else. There's something of real value in there. It's just anything else we might find.
I shall take it to the stables as well, along with to be there with 24. I'm sure. We should probably name the other 2 horses as well. Feel like they kind of got gypped.
21 and 22.
No, 21 and 22 were not very nice people.
I could name one of
25
them Kevin.
25 was a dick. We already established this.
We can't reuse names.
I do remember that.
Indeed, it was stated. I'll call one of them Stormy. Why not?
I was going to say Stormy.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want this to mark the first time when Renard and Kevin have agreed on something.
Ever.
Out of character, sure. In character,
In character, and I was like, that's a terrible name.
I think
All
we
right.
should name one of them Horsey.
Alright,
Sure.
so 24, Stormy, and Horsey. Great. We settled on the names. Can we move on?
I thought you named no. One of them was named Ed.
Was
I
it?
don't
Oh.
remember that.
I think
I
no.
don't
You,
remember that.
I would remember if we named a horse Ed.
you
Life as
mentioned.
many horses and the boy.
Wait a minute. I just remembered something. Do I
think-
notice any redhead females in the area?
Perception check.
I feel like Ed was one of the horses we had back
I
in
think-
Darrow Shore.
No, that was what was his name's horse? Perception. Son of a. I didn't have advantage, did I?
No.
No.
No, you don't.
Curses.
I wouldn't
Alright.
be looking for her.
So,
Neither would
are
I.
we ready to set out?
I did want to just make a quick pit stop at the armory. That breastplate, if I can get that modified, one, it'd either be a little bit better for me, or if I keep it looking like it is, maybe we can use it as a disguise of some sort.
Roman, from what I know of metalworking, you would not be able to get that modified before we leave.
I can drop it off at least.
Get it started, a little bit of a commission.
I mean, you could just find somebody to whitewash it for you. That would cover it up.
Well, first I gotta get it taken in. It's built for a burlier man than me.
Fair enough. All right. Finish everything we need to do. We'll meet up here in an hour and we'll set out then. Does that sound like a good plan?
That sounds
Sounds
fine
good
to
to
me.
me.
All right. Renard's going to head back towards the inn we just stayed at.
Okay.
I'm heading to Sertarians.
I will accompany Kevin and then also bring Stormy and Horsey.
I'll go with Roman.
I'll just stay there. I'm still looking for Ruby, just like.
Tempest, come.
No, she's
He
around here
he
some-
probably likes blue people too.
What? Oh, fine, but I'm keeping an eye out for that redheaded woman,
Stepchild.
that redheaded stepchild.
We're gonna beat her like a redheaded stepchild.
Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll find out. She might beat me.
Next
Looking
time.
around the town as you go back and forth, who's going into the town tavern itself? Renard.
Renard.
Bernard was.
Okay. And where is Tempest and?
I think we're going to see the gnome.
Okay. There is a redhead woman on your way to the gnome.
I
What?
knew it.
It is not the one you think it is.
I
She's stockier, shorter than Ruby, far more muscled, tattooed pretty much all over the place. Face, arms, shoulders. Wears a big cloak on her back. Looks like she's sitting guard near one of the merchants.
I just, as we pass by, I just kind of like keep an eye on her. I'm just like,
He stares back at you.
it's like,
Tempest, why are you staring at that woman?
Ruby's done a lot of push-ups in the last month.
Kevin, that is Tempest. That is not Ruby.
Are you sure?
Yes.
She could have gotten the tattoos.
I have a photo perfect memory. That is not Ruby.
Okay, fine. I'll trust you on this one.
Yeah, she looks like Ruby plus 100 pounds of just raw muscle.
Look, good
That's
workouts.
perfect.
I don't know. It's the bulking
20
season.
23 will just nod his head at her as they pass,
He'll
I'll-
think back. And
acknowledging
minding
his
her own
strength.
business. She's her.
Tempest looks sad and weak.
Going back to Certarians, it's as much as you seen before, is the spring-loaded mailbox. Kind
Push it, 23. It's fun.
in the rain.
Oh, is it
23
raining?
23 will push it really hard.
Stop that!
Strange man, are you here?
To me.
There's a door pops open. What are you doing tomorrow? Oh my God, you're a big one.
Oh, you are a short one.
Oh, you're a
not-
tall one.
Oh no! God damn it!
You're a tall one.
Couldn't hold it. I'm sorry.
I don't get
Must
it.
be boycotting Blizzard, and I can't help making jokes at their expense.
World
Oh
of
my
Warcraft, gnome jokes.
Oh.
That's what they say. They say, "Ma, you're a tall one." Anyways,
you're a tall one.
I was told you were looking for me, my small friend.
Oh, he's broken. Oh,
It's okay.
23, you broke him.
He did this last time.
He does not faint this time.
He's getting better.
It's so odd.
He, I, bomb. That's right, bomb. Okay. I was not able to get exactly what you wanted, but I think I might have something that you might be able to use.
Okay.
And he holds up a single red bead, about the size of a quarter.
Oh no.
I'll shake it a little bit.
Don't do that.
Wow, what's in it?
Not black powder. This is a bead of a necklace of fireballs.
Oh.
If you
It is
throw
good
it,
that I did not throw this.
if you throw it or crunch it, it will explode.
How about we don't do that then,
I will
Kevin?
carefully put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. If you set it on the ground and somebody steps on it, boom. What you're asking for specifically, I don't have the means to create right now. I would need to spend a little bit of time at my research. It's
How much would it
fuses.
cost
I gotta
you?
work out length. It's a thing.
Sounds like an entire process.
Yes.
It really is. Artificing. Nobody has respect for it.
You are not wrong.
No, I respect Kevin entirely.
That's because I gave you a magic bow that you still messed with.
What?
Magic bow.
Oh,
It
magic
was a crossbow.
Ow.
No, the bow is magical on its own.
Yes. That's how I have my back again now. How long do you think it would take you to design what it is that I'm inquiring about?
I'm not sure. I'd have to spend definitely some work at it. A few weeks at least.
Well, I do not know how long we'll be around. So,
I do have things for sale.
what do you have for sale?
I've got scrolls of magic. I even have a couple of potions, and I've got some bracers, and
Okay.
What did the braces do?
Yes.
these are the bracers of defense.
Um,
And what exactly would that be?
Well, if you are the kind of a person who doesn't wear armor, these make you hearty. I also have
basically.
potions. I have scrolls of, let's see, Dispel Magic, Fireball. He looks into pulling out a catalog. Invisibility, Fly, Mage Armor, and Web. I also have potions of Cat's Grace, Invisibility, and Fly.
Cat's Grace. What does that one do? I think.
It's like, it makes you a little more agile, a little more harder to hit. Gets around quicker.
That actually sounds rather nice.
75 gold, it's yours.
How much?
75 gold.
I'll take 75. I will take, and I'll take a. Is it just regular healing potions or stronger?
It's potions of Cat Grace. He doesn't have healing potions.
Oh, I thought you say you did. Okay, in that case,
He does not.
Okay,
It's
just the
the
Cat's
shrine
Grace.
of Amael that has them.
Well, damn it! I guess I'm going back there at some point. Awkwardly.
How much, my good man, would it be for these braces of defense?
1,700 gold.
Hmm.
Oof.
How much do you have, 23?
I have 830.
I have 760.
I have like 400.
Math is hard. Please do the math for me. How much are we short?
Well, altogether we have more than enough, but
We're short like 110 between the two of us.
Ah,
how much?
Oh.
Am I going to regret helping you?
my man, what if I could allow you to examine me?
For 1 week.
Not very distant since we have very important work, but I can promise you a week of my time.
Well, in a week of your time, I will discount it for you.
How much would you discount it?
I'll subtract 400 gold.
How much work could you get done a week to make up for it?
And that,
He's a very industrious gnome. Are you sure you want to ask him that question?
Oh, I was talking in just general, like, you could probably just adventure for a week and get that much.
you did. You said 1,700. I'm sorry, DM. I can't remember.
Yes, 700 gold.
After we are done with our current mission, I shall return and I will allow you to prod.
Oh, wait, no.
What?
Wait, we have an extra 350 in the party funds.
Oh, we do. But those are party funds.
Would not making 23 stronger be good for the party?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying it's party funds. Might want to consider it with the rest of the group as well. I'm willing to chip in a little myself. I'm not against it.
If you're willing to chip in a little, then we do not have to dip into the party funds.
How much do you need me to dip in?
Well, if I use all of my gold and 23 uses all of his, then we need 110 gold.
I will hand over 110 gold.
Okay.
So that is how much? How much from you, Kevin?
761.
761 plus. Yep, that's everything.
I'm hoping this is a nice investment that I don't get hit.
I will need that money back at some point, 23 though.
I owe you so much of my life.
I think he'd rather prefer money, but that works too.
Here you go. And he will
All right.
hand you these golden cuffed bracers that seem to attach to your arms.
I'm fucking broke, y'all.
Same. I have 3 silver in my name.
I'm not great. I'm not great. Let's just put it that way.
Ooh, I'm so excited. That puts me at 20.
Ooh, fancy.
All right.
Oh,
If
Tempest, I can make us healing potions on the road.
How long does that take you?
I don't know. I haven't done it before.
Why didn't you do it on the month here?
I was learning Dwarvish.
Don't you think healing potions would have been a better use of your time?
No.
I think you're wrong, but okay, we have our
So
differences.
matter of factly. No.
That's fair. Okay, well, I'm gonna go. You know what? Why don't you head back to the others? Let them know I'm gonna pick up some healing potions.
Okay. Come on, 23. Thank you,
23.
Sotarian. We will see you in a week, or maybe never if we die.
23 is going to clasp the bracers around his wrists.
If we die, you can probably examine their remains.
You will have to find us. We will be in the woods somewhere.
But they're there. It's a treasure hunt. Is Beth talking?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Oh, there you are.
Oh, did I glitch out for a second?
You did.
Potentially.
Oh no! He will politely say goodbye and door closes.
I think he's more interested in what you are rather than you.
He just wants you for your body.
He just wants me for my body. I agree.
You're not
But I have
here.
these cool new things, so.
Okay, I guess I'm going to the Shrine of Amael and picking up healing potions.
All right. They are 50 gold apiece.
I will buy. How much?
As in his stock, I'm sorry, I should tell you what he actually has in his list of stuff.
Please and thank you.
At the Shrine of Amael, he has 8 potions of healing, 3 potions of greater healing, 2 scrolls of bless, 2 scrolls of lesser restoration, a scroll of dispel magic, and a scroll of protection from energy.
I don't know much about magic, but I don't think any of us can use those. Those are cleric-y things, right? I'm asking him.
Make an Arcana check.
I'm asking him.
For the most part, the scroll of dispel and protection from energy can be used by wizards.
How much are those?
220 gold apiece.
Oh, that's a lot. Let's stick to the things I know would help. Greater healing potions are how much?
150 gold.
And you have 2 of those.
I do. No, 3. Excuse me, 3.
Oh, 30. Let's get 1 of those and 3 regular healing potions.
Okay, that's 250.
300.
Gold. 300 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will pay for my own stock, but I'm hoping to get reimbursed since this is for the party.
Uh-huh.
I had better get reimbursed because I am also poor at this point.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll take all 4 of those potions.
Okay.
And I'll awkwardly say goodbye and thank you for yesterday. It was wonderful.
Of course. I hope you have a better day.
Well, we're going to maybe die,
The
so
light of Amael guide you.
we're going to need anything we can get.
You're not wrong there.
Okay, I meet back up with everyone, and I'm going to hand the greater healing potion to 23.
Oh, well, thank you very much, my friend.
And I'll have...
Roman, you're going to the smithy?
Yep.
All right.
Same
You
with
see
me.
this very stout dwarf, no real beard to speak of, but a mighty fine amount of chest hair. No shirt, long pants and an apron, just hammering away at an anvil before he looks up at you. What?
Oh, wanted to see if you could help me out with this, and I'll kind of like lug up the breastplate and set it down. Wanted to see if you could take it in a bit, make it more my size, at the very least.
Kind of looks at you, looks at it, looks at you, looks at it. Well, you got the damn symbol of that chromatic bitch on it. I'm sure you don't want that.
Yeah, it might have its uses, given that there's all kinds of these people around.
All right.
That's smoke at the forge, though.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's real thick around here. Well, I reckon I could get it buffed out a couple of days, maybe.
What would that run me?
20 gold.
Fair enough. I'll give him the 20 gold.
All right, come back in 2 days in the morning. And he just takes it, lugs it to the side, practically chucks it, ping, into a pile.
Kind of staring. Whatever. he'll head on back to meet up with the group.
Okay.
As I mentioned, greater healing potion for 23, and I hand everyone else a regular healing potion.
Bernard is currently in the tavern.
Oh, damn. I thought we were all back already. Damn it. Well, when you come back, I have a healing potion waiting for you. And I'll just be like, can I get some of the gold from the party funds? I spent a lot on that.
How much did you spend?
300 gold.
I'll hand him 300 gold from the party fund, unless someone stops me.
I wouldn't.
Everyone likes healing potions. Yay.
Okay. So, Mr. Fortune, what would you like to do?
Hey,
That's
now,
the
let's
tavern.
not forget what Renard was doing.
Renard's
Bernard is
tavern.
sitting in a tavern. What is Bernard doing?
He was going to the tavern. Once he gets inside the tavern, he was going to make a look around for Ruby, see if he can see her in here.
Okay, make a perception check.
That bitch. Oh,
Wow, natural 20.
damn it.
Oddly enough,
23.
she's not there.
Oh.
Lots of people are, though, but as you scan the crowd very intently discerning, you do not see any beautiful bosomed redheads.
All right, well, I am going to write a note, and I'll send it to you on Discord just so I don't have to read it here. And I'm going to go up and I'm just going to give it to one of the caretakers and say, and he'll give her a description of Ruby and say, if she comes in, could you make sure she gets this?
Note and, who am I looking for?
I said, her name's Ruby, and we'll give him a description of her.
Okay. Ruby, got it. Yeah. Yeah, sure, no problem.
I appreciate it, and that's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Right. I think, unless we are doing other things in town, this seems to be a good place to take a break before you carry on your journey into the Witchwood.
Please make sure you all added your healing potions.
Into the mines.
We'll be back in about 15 minutes where these guys journey through the Witchwood.
That journey.
Journey.
Journey. Yeah, I know.
Journey.
Yeah.
The Irish journey.
Did you go find Renard?
He's here.
Once I drop the
Is
note
he-
off, I'm waiting for you all back at the
All
car.
right.
I imagine I get back first.
Shall we head off down the Dawnway?
Taking care of everything I need to. I can't think of a reason not to.
Keep our eyes out.
Renard, it appears I have made a dire mistake.
What do you mean, dire mistake?
We spent around to 1,700 gold.
No, 1,700 gold exactly.
Exactly 1,700 gold. Anyways, regardless,
Yes,
for
we
the
did.
for these braces that don't seem to work with my metal form,
I'm sorry, what?
I made a miscalculation. Regardless, since you are very, 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 very squishy, I thought we could.
Wouldn't say that squishy. But
No, you're
all
pretty
right.
fucking squishy. Just you. I feel like you could be impaled very easily if you didn't have magic. Anyways,
You do look rather squishy, and I'm saying that.
I would give these to you. If you'd like them. They are
Bernard
braces.
seems. Bernard just looks at you dumbfounded, like. So you spent 1,700 gold pieces on something that you couldn't. Did you get this from the gnome?
We did get
Yes.
some from the gnome. I was very excited.
I told you, Kevin. I wanted to go along to make sure he didn't rip you off. If you couldn't use it, he shouldn't have showed it to you.
I could use it.
Regardless, they're going to help keep someone in the party alive. If it's not me, then it's best. I think it was rather affordable for what it was, but
Yes. All right.
Given the quality of the item, it does seem that it was still a worthwhile purchase.
Yes. I won't argue that it's useful. It's just I wish more thought would have been taken into making sure the money wasn't wasted, which it wasn't. Just precaution is the better part of valor. You did good, 23. I'm not going to fault you for that.
Excellent use of the dramatic pause as well, 23. I suggest
I've been-
pausing slightly longer next time, though.
Thank you. Roman's been really working with me on my grammar and conversation skills, and I think we're really getting to places.
You know,
Give you an A
sometimes,
plus.
Thank you, Dad.
sometimes I almost mistake you for real people.
Now here you go. I request one thing in exchange.
What is that?
I have heard there is a thing that organics do. It is called a hug.
Make
23.
Bernard hug him.
I will
Have
open my
you-
arms.
You are aware of the concept of the hug, correct? Where did you learn this? Did Roman teach this to you?
Roman has said he has hugged many women, and I thought possibly I could give it a try to my friend.
I didn't teach him that hug. Don't worry about that.
23, you... All right. Reynard will just kind of walk up. He'll give him like a one-handed hug and just kind of pat him on the back. You did good, 23.
23 is
Not
going to hug him very hard. Can I roll damage on that?
Just make an athletics check.
Okay. Murder, murder, murder,
love it.
murder, murder.
Oh,
24.
Oh,
And
dear
I'd
God.
imagine, Bernard, unless you're trying to get out of it.
I mean, I'm letting him hug me, so I guess I'm not really resisting.
It's a big old bear hug. You feel like your back pop as something disjoints for a moment.
Yes, 23! Typically hugs aren't done that hard!
23, remember how he's squishy?
I am sorry. I got excited.
And as he sets you down, you realize, oh, I actually kind of helped pop a joint out in my back. It feels better now. Like blood starts getting back where it's supposed to.
I've
Anyway.
been sleeping on a cot for the past month. That was not the most precise acupuncture, but I'll take it.
Anyways, here you go, and I will hand over the bracers to you. To you.
All right.
Sorry, not a burp. Burp.
He'll take them, and he will... I can't put him on right now because we're not resting, but he will put him on at the earliest convenience.
Okay. That's what's going on. For those of you in our audience, there is no music because YouTube and Groovy are having conflicting messages going back and forth.
How dare they?
How
What is
dare
wrong
they
with them?
indeed?
Wait, Renard, doesn't it just take an hour to attune? Or do you have to literally be short
Yeah,
resting?
It's a short rest.
You can do it during a rest, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just the time equivalent of a short rest.
Well, either or. You can do it during a short rest. I mean, there's no limit to short rests, so it's taking an hour is taking a short rest. So
Right, but like say we're walking along the road for an hour.
We're going to see if Roll20's music will work. It's working for now.
Oh, sounds nice.
I mean, if I can, I'll just sit in the back of the cart and I'll spend time with it.
We're not taking the
We don't have the cart.
Oh, you're right. We're not taking the cart. So we're walking.
You get on
Alright,
23's
fuck.
back.
And now we are going into...
The mines.
No. We are going into the Witchwood.
And they call it a mine.
All right. So this Edanian Vale map from this really wide angle does not give an accurate representation. So to better give you an idea, crossing the ferry and then going across the to the west side and then traveling north or east will put you into the Witchwood. It's just a matter of which angle you want to go into it from.
Is the Witchwood is it the one?
Directly north of Orchards River.
So that one, okay.
That's where we're going? That's where we're going.
Guess that's where we're going.
I actually think I might have a better map, although it's really, really outdated. I will have to fix it later. Okay.
So Tempest, the directions we're looking for here, if we're looking for Jaw, 9 miles along the Dawnway, cut into the forest at the break. That is what I was told. Should be
Okay.
simple enough to find.
Well, I think that's easy. Yes, I think you're right. I'm more worried about looking for ambushes.
That's fair.
The Witchwood itself is a very warm mix of oaks, subtropical evergreens, and plenty of undergrowth. And even attempting to go off the path at all, you are cut off by brush, thorn bushes, hollyberries, and ferns of immense height. The air is stiflingly hot, and not a breeze manages to get through this very clustered, high-treed wood itself. Who is guiding this group, and will they please make a survival check for me? You have directions, so I will give you advantage on your check.
Cool. Might not get us
Double
last.
natural one.
Don't jinx it. It's happened before.
Double natural 2s.
Don't jinx it. That's happened before.
Natural 1 and natural 2.
Also true.
Natural 0s.
Hey, not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which path are we taking, the Dawn Way or the Witch Trail?
We did want to take the Dawn Way and try and
The
kind of
witch
do
trail
both at
sounds
once.
promising.
Which
though.
way set looks like it's not a trade route?
The Witchwood.
The which way sounds promising.
I kind of think the Witch Way might be the better option. It probably avoids more ambush potential.
According to everything I've been told, Joel lives off of the Dawnway, and the tower we are looking for is also along the Dawnway, 15 miles in.
Well, maybe it's best not to avoid that then.
Dawnway does sound better than Witch.
But if we know that, and the people who gave us the directions know that, then it is undoubtable that the hobgoblins know that as well. And the last patrol they sent down the Dawnway got cut to pieces. The town speaker said so himself.
Ah, but they did not have us.
They did not, but there's a chance we will not get ambushed at all on the Witch Way.
I could go for a scrap.
But
I-
if
There's
we
also a
don't make
chance that if we go up the Witch Way, we're going the wrong way.
right,
I
which
could
is all-
offer a solution.
Yes.
What is you?
I have a spell that I can ponder a question, and whatever action we take will either give us a good result or a bad result. So I can see if perhaps going down one way or the other is a good or bad way.
How is it? Like, is it just a general good response or a general bad response? Like,
Well,
is it
let's
the
say-
good response we want?
Let's say that there might be. Well, it's just an action. Like, let's say the action we want to take is going down one path. Then, if that path is going to be fraught with danger, then it'll say bad. But if it's something that will benefit us, it'll say good.
I guess I'm just curious about the phrasing of the good for us.
It's a single question, but the question needs to be specified in a correct way. So if you want to do this, you just need to think of a question I should ask that is no real loopholes in it, I suppose.
If we travel along the Dawnway, will we make progress towards our eventual goal?
Specify the goal. Specify the goal.
If we travel down the Dawnway, will we get ambushed?
Yes.
I think we know the answer to that one.
So which question would you, if we do this, which question would you want me to ask? Renards or 23s?
I like Renards, but with a little bit more clarity on the goal. You said be specific.
I am more concerned about the ambushing than the progressing towards our eventual goal.
I'm just going to assume both paths have ambushes. How's that sound?
What are the limits to this spell? Is this something that we could... Are we going to discern information of weeks on end, months on end?
It's just the current action we are going to take. It won't specify time length, but at least give us a general idea of what we might be expecting.
There we go.
Ooh, this is very nice.
Handy.
Again, it's just an option I thought I'd throw out because it is something I gathered while we were back in Baywitch.
Would the Dawnway be that brown road?
Yep.
And which way is
It just follows the river.
Which way is the which way?
Hi, kitty cat.
Yeah, it says hello, everybody.
If the group vote is to go on the Dawnway, and that is fine.
I
I
just don't-
merely was voicing a contrary opinion.
Yes, I don't want to risk not finding this place we're supposed to be finding.
Oh, if the group votes for the Dawnway, then let us proceed down the Dawnway.
Plus, if there's an ambush, we can take them out there, and there's less of them back at the camp.
Rather ambush them than they ambush us.
Do we want to stay slightly off the Dawnway, but keeping an eye on it?
I could get behind that idea.
It would work. Would make us harder to ambush.
I still think that Autumn should do his little spell, though.
Yeah, why not?
If we are decided on the Dawnway, then should we? We're at the Dawn Road.
Down the
Dawnway.
road.
Dawn Road. Then should we at least ask for the ambush then, so that way we know if we're expecting it or not?
Let's do the ambush question.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will ritual cast Augury, and I will ask. So before I do this, Cerulean would ask right before it happens. Tell me the question in word for word, so that way the answer is more exact.
Will we be ambushed on the Dawn Road?
Okay, I'll even put Augury in chat. And then, yeah, Cerulean will mutter that, and he'll say, will we be ambushed on the Dawn Road?
You missed one line in that spell that makes us useless.
Well-
If you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Well, we are taking a path down to...
We're
We don't
choosing
know...
the path.
But how far are we traveling? Like, how far are we going to get in 30 minutes?
Well, I think we're talking about the course of action that we're going to take right now in the next minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's up to interpretation on Beth's part.
As you cast your spell, laying out the intricacies of your augury, the results fluctuate in between good and bad.
So, weal and woe. Okay.
So probably an ambush.
More
But
than
we're
li-
heading. Go ahead.
I was going to say, weal and woe, so you'd be correct in that, yes. You'll gather up the components.
So we're going to be ambushed, but we're also not going to be ambushed?
I imagine that's more like, oh, well, you only asked about the ambush.
Well, I think possibly that means that, depending on how we play our cards, right? How we play our cards, we may or may not be ambushed.
I am inclined to agree on that. As long as we keep an eye out, then we could get good results and we won't get ambushed. But if we miss something, then...
Let's keep to the plan of staying off the main road, but keeping it in sight.
Speaking of keeping an eye out, I mean, Lee, is your pet thing still a bird?
Oh!
He is an owl, yeah. I can have him keep an eye out above us. If he
That was
sees
kinda my
anything or
thought.
he's... Yeah, I'll have him... If he sees or hears anything, I'll have him either make a noise or come to me first. Probably come to me so that way it's easier.
Yeah, keep him like a half mile maybe ahead of us.
Well, I want to keep him close by, so I'll keep him at least maybe 90 feet above us. He'll have a good view of everything.
And if we didn't keep our entire group on the road, it would probably be for the best. Whoever can be quiet, stealthy, and sneaky, just follow along in the woods behind everyone.
Hey, Roman, that's you.
I also will go to the woods.
Are you
I'll-
sneaky?
I can be quietish.
I suppose I'll walk the road. I'm not the quietest person.
I will also walk the road.
Actually, I'll stick to the woods too. I have a good stealth.
I have a stealth.
You're
of 4.
navigating.
Oh shit! Well, we're following the road.
Are you, if you're navigating?
I mean, do we need me to navigate if we're just gonna follow the road and half of us in the forest?
You can still get lost on a trail.
Oh,
Are you
Yes.
taking the Dawnway or the Witch Trail? I'm sorry.
Conway.
Dawnway.
And it is much harder to get lost on that because it is pretty wide and clear.
Okay, I'd be
Yeah.
like, I think you all can follow the road. I'll stay in the woods with everyone else.
Witch Trail's more of a goat path.
All right, so how about we have 23 can lead us, acting like a god for myself and Cerulean, and the rest of you can trail along and make sure we don't get ambushed.
Sounds good. I will
Indeed.
also summon Roderick, and I will give him the command. If you hear or see anything, fly straight to me.
I'll try to stick a little bit Not far, just a little bit ahead, and see if I can make anything out.
I'm gonna guess major armor myself now, just so I say it ahead of time.
Probably smart.
I can cast mage.
The trade road that you all are on is generally broad, level, and clear. Every few miles, there are rudimentary log shelters built by teamsters using the road to standing clearings nearby. Going through any of them, you find a handful of old woodcutters and trappers' cabins or long abandoned homesteads that lie scattered along the length of the road, about every 2 or 3 miles. There are several creeks and boggy spots on a sturdy dwarf-made stone bridges that have stood for centuries, here or there. And traveling along the Dawn Way for the next few hours eventually leads to the cutoff where you would have to turn towards Jorah's cabin, but you have not encountered anything untoward as of yet. You have the option of continuing along the Dawn Way or making the right to Jorah's cabin.
You said we wanted to go here, right?
The road does seem fairly easy to follow, though. Do we need to waste time going to inspect the cabin?
Well,
Also, I will say, if the woods are as infested as the townspeople say it is it not likely that Jorah is dead?
well, if he's alive, maybe he can have information. If he's dead, possibly we might be able to catch his offenders in the act, or
he's
at least
alive.
in the area.
If he's alive, that's all the more reason to talk to him.
I agree.
Information is good.
Okay. Following the road towards Jorah's path, where the trail will eventually lead past a small cabin in a deep forest glade. A ramshackle front porches littered with fishing baskets and skinning frames. The cabin itself overlooks a dark bayou with an old gray cedar tree draped in moss rising out of the water, with an old skiff tied up to the shore nearby. From the house, you can see little curls of smoke coming up from a fieldstone chimney. Under the front porch, you see a little bit of movement, and as you just emerge from the clearing, or from the woods into the clearing where leading up to it, you can see a creature kind of bound up from underneath it, followed by 2 more very large-looking mastiffs that just seem to be watching all of you and growling intently.
I will wave at the dogs.
As you wave, they start barking very intently.
All right, well, that's easy enough. How far away is Renard from the door?
About 60 feet.
Damn. Okay, that goes that plan.
Well, I'm sure these guys are totally keep their hobgoblins at bay.
Good sign that he might still be alive.
Please, allow me. I've been practicing with 24. I will try to appease the hounds.
Oh no.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I will, I have rations for some reason, so I'm going to grab some jerky out of my rations. Oop.
Okay.
And I will kind of slowly approach them, kind of get on their level, bend down.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh boy.
Good at that, right? Totally.
9.
Could be worse at it.
I'll say with advantage because you have the jerky and they are dogs.
And they're dogs.
They start barking very loudly and inching closer towards you before the front door will open up and a very lean-looking gentleman with a heavy crossbow is just pointed at you. Who are you? What do you want with me?
My name's 23. I'm here to feed your dogs.
Oh, we aren't here just to feed your dogs. 23 was trying to make them happy.
Why don't you keep your hands up where I can see them?
My hands are right here in front of me, feeding your dogs.
Why don't you put your hands up where I can see him? He's got a crossbow. You hear the as the bolt locks back.
We're here to speak with Joe about the problems, the hobgoblins in the woods, where they might be hiding out at. We were led to believe that you know these woods fairly well.
Make a persuasion check.
God damn it.
Why do none of our charismatic people ever start talking?
Woof.
Okay.
Just a crossbow bolt just go flying in Renard.
No, instead he's gonna go. All right, very carefully lay down on the ground. Don't move, and I won't put one in you.
Hmm.
This seems all rather excessive.
Yes, that does seem excessive. Do you
That's-
know Jor or not?
I'm Jor. I don't know who you are though.
23 is gonna lay on the ground. 23 is gonna lay on the ground. Man, I got a hug, and I'm laying down. This is like 2 human things in one day. Roman, I think I'm doing very
Gus, Bus, get over here. And the dogs will bark it before coming back over towards Jor. And he
Hello,
just
Gus. Hi.
carefully walks over towards 23 and just kind of prods him. The hell kind of thing are you?
Sorry.
He's a robot.
Metal man.
And asking you.
23 is. I can't do it.
Oh, he ran away.
Yeah, I
23
think that's
can
what we're
handle.
answering.
Oh, fine, he ran away really quickly.
But we're answering for him.
What do y'all want with me?
The town
Exactly
speakers
as I said.
Like he said, we just want information. We're trying to deal with the hobgoblin infestation that's plaguing the town. We're here to help. Unless you don't like the town, then.
We're here to kill hobgoblins.
Yeah, that.
We were led to believe that you were somewhat of a woodsman.
Yeah, something like that. Wood's rotten with goblins right now. They live up over yonder in the mountains, but it seems like we got a big old war party in the forest.
You know where particularly? We'd love to go killing them for you.
Well, maybe they come down the old forest road, or might be they come by Skull Gorge. My money's on the gorge.
Skull Gorge.
How many of them are there, do you think?
I've seen war bands up as 30 or more coming around here from time to time. They ain't bothered me yet.
It's a lot of hobgoblins.
Well, if you can give us some information, we can make sure they never bother you.
The map would be extremely useful. Our navigator here has a habit of getting lost.
It's true. Terrible.
Ain't
this.
got a map.
If we gave you paper, could you draw one?
I can guide you around the forest at 5 gold a day. Or if you got mind to go somewhere dangerous, 10.
We intend to go to this Skull Gorge place, I assume, so.
Wherever those ruins are.
Yes, in Wrath Keep.
Keep. Go west on the big road, maybe 8 miles north of there. Wouldn't be surprised if some goblins are holed up there. Just sort of thing that damn goblins might do.
So, do we just find these places by following the road?
Some of them.
Which ones?
Gotta
do we
watch
not
out for
fi-
the giants, though.
Wait, what?
The old Tweed Tusk tribe's still out there somewhere, and they ain't take too kindly to strangers.
Did
I
they
get you around.
Did they take kindly to goblins? Have they not been killing them?
Smash him where they can, but I think the only one around is old Workelnaw, and he's ancient.
Well, is there anything we could tell them to show that we don't mean them any harm and we'll get off their land as quick as possible?
Have me with you. That'll help.
All right, I think the best thought here is just to hire the man.
I think that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm worried for his safety, but if he is willing to come with us, then sure.
Do you not see that crossbow? The man is obviously dangerous.
Will you be bringing Gus and Bus?
Now, my dog boys will stay here, just me.
No.
They gotta guard my home.
Goodbye, good friends.
The dogs will bark a couple times.
I don't think they like you, 23.
They do. I'll try to pet one.
Chomp. Snap in your direction. No, not with that 4.
I expected yipping because the dog immediately broke its hand on 23's hand.
I didn't bite him, it just snapped in his direction.
And now you have no canines. All right, so if we're heading in that direction, I'm assuming you're charging us you're dangerous, right?
You want me to fight with you, I will be.
How much?
We don't
10
need
gold
you
a
to
day.
fight. We just want you to show where we're going.
Yes, it
That'd
may
be-
actually be better for you to not fight.
And it'll be 5 gold a day.
All right. How many days do you expect it to take us?
You said 10, right?
It's only about 8 miles.
Well, to get to Skull Gorge, 1.5 days, 2 days if we ain't running into trouble.
I'll pay you for 4.
All right.
Renard will take out just 2 platinum pieces and hold them up. I'll pay you half now and half when you're done.
All right. He'll take it, stow it in a satchel, sling his crossbow over his back. All right, give me a minute to get ready. And he'll go back into his house.
He's a ray of sunshine.
Yeah, well, if he knows the woods and he knows where we're going, then he'll save us from wandering around and getting lost.
He's better than me.
We actually do not know if he's better than you.
Oh, he lives
It
here.
would
He's
be
probably
hard
better.
not to.
It's true.
I agree, but it is possible that he is worse than 23 or than Tempest.
I don't think so. I think I've only gotten worse.
You got us here. That's surprising enough. But then again, we were the ones following the road.
It's like, I would hope we could. It was a road.
A few minutes later, he will come out. Crossbow in his back, a couple short swords and a long sword at his hip, backpack, ready to go. All right, you goobers got a name?
We're Missed Fortune. At least that's the name of our adventure group.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's go. And he'll sling off his crossbow and he'll walk off the path.
All right.
I will wave goodbye to the doggos.
Puppers. Out of character. Oh, sorry.
23. Maybe next time with the dogs, try like fresh raw meat. They like that a little bit better than salted jerky.
Duly noted.
Jor guides you for the better part of the afternoon. You feel like you're going through brush, but you actually discover that he's actually guiding you on a path that he himself has created. Very much barely chopped in place to place. There's times when you get snagged by various low-hanging branches or trees. As it settles into late afternoon, you all eventually arrive at a wide expanse of what looks to be a almost dried out riverbed with 3 wooden bridges connecting between 2 different outcroppings that are rising up out of the water. The water itself looks like it hasn't rained here in a long time because the water itself is a very shallow stream that seems to be floating rapidly from the mountains downward. The dry beds on either side of it, you can actually see what looks to be the remains of creatures picked clean. Some of them massive from one length to the other, some sort of marine life. Nestled next to the causeway on the far side is a overturned cart, cracked and wrecked from some sort of conflict. Looks like it's half sunk into the flooded forest about 30 feet away from the causeway itself.
Who was traveling on this road? And why are they bringing a cart?
Who knows?
Do you think we should check for survivors? It could have been a hobgoblin attack. Maybe some traders are trying to get around the more
Traditional?
traditional. Yes, traditional. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Tempest.
Of course.
Traditional expanse of the Dawnway.
Does it look old or newer?
You're a pretty good distance away and hard to tell from this angle.
I smell ambush.
It could also be a trap, yeah.
I'm feeling ambush.
If we're gonna try and suss it out, let me go. I'm pretty much garbage at a range.
I will go with Roman.
I'll stay somewhat nearby. I'll stick to the shadows as well.
Oh,
I can also look through my through Roderick too. I can stay here and send him forward.
That's probably the best idea.
Send it forward. We'll go check. 23, you want to come with too?
Stealth. Stealth.
I'm going to be blind. I'm going to be a bit useless. If I do, can someone keep an eye on me?
if it's going to make you useless, then just let us check.
I'll stay here. I don't need to get closer.
Okay.
I'll draw my musket and just like hold an attack if I see anything jump out at us.
Okay. Crossing the first rickety part of the wooden bridge, you make it to the first platform that overlooks the expanse of the water. And it actually is a lot deeper than it looks, or at least you think it is. The water's kind of frothing and moving quickly. But you can see the cart overturned on the far side of you. It's about 40 feet away from you at this current angle. On the other side of the water.
Just to be safe, I'm gonna take out in my offhand my silver rapier and then try and draw my special rapier into my other hand.
You
saying, Inari.
on it. Your hand seems to almost throb as the veins start to pulse before it
It
shivers
does work.
into existence.
If we're like right at the bridge, I'll pause by the. Seeing as I am a rangy boy, I'll pause by the bridge and just keep an. I'll also pause like basically where.
Here's what you guys can see. Oh, really zoomed in on Twitch.
So I'll pause like right here and let them continue forward to check out the cart.
And that's the part right there.
I'll keep holding an attack in case of an ambush.
I'm doing the same with my longbow.
Mm-hmm.
How quick does this water appear to be moving?
It's pretty rapid. It is rapids.
You may want to move around to the other side there, Roman. I don't want you getting caught and drowning.
Yeah, I'm at least a decent swimmer. Let me test this bridge first. I'm a little bit lighter than you, so make sure it's not going to break when you walk.
I plan on going through the river.
Go do.
No, I'm not there.
Okay, it's a 10-foot drop.
Oh, it's a 10-foot drop. That's not too bad.
All right.
I'm a heft. Yeah, I will jump straight, just go into the river.
As you dive into the water, you actually you land on something. You're up to your waist, and then you kind of slip for a second. What are you stepping on? And it doesn't feel like rock. And then the water beneath you starts to slosh and turn right there.
Oh,
And then rising up out of the water is a single head of a massive creature that it seems to be looking at you. And then another one. And then another one.
This is just like fucking Thad, man. This is the exact fucking same fight. God damn it.
When
And
you said
so, as a hydra bursts from the water, I need you all to roll for initiative.
history repeats itself.
Everything old is new again.
God damn it.
It's literally the same.
It's literally the exact same thing that happened last time.
Do Tempest and I get our held actions?
You deleted my
yeah.
initiative somehow. How did you do that?
Yeah, I actually do think you did get your total actions, but I will get to
wait,
that
I
in just a second.
I don't even have blocked range.
Damn it.
I have high initiative. I never get above.
Yeah, Groovy's still dead. Oh well.
Curse you, Groovy.
All
I
right. here we
don't
go.
think this is what
Ruby's
Phil
still dead.
meant when he said get up on the Hydra's back.
All right. I do have music rolling through Roll20 if the operator wants to turn it on. All right. Those of you who had held actions may use them.
All right.
God, I can't fucking roll anything today.
9 does not hit. 16 will hit.
14 points piercing damage.
All right. As it, the creature seems to startle for a minute before it just. All the heads flare up. Its not wings, but it's like the flaps on its ears extend wider, making the creature look all the more impressive and looming. Tempest, now your turn.
I'm like, nope. Fire again. I don't like it.
27 will hit. Plus 10.
Yeah.
Archers.
Plus 5 dexterity.
Yeah, I know. Archers, yo. Okay. Your turn. Ramen.
All right.
I will move. Actually, I'll stay back here.
Is it up high enough that if I move to like the bridge, would I be able to attack?
It's a
it?
very large creature. Yeah, you could slash at its head.
Okay. I know what that is.
Okay. As I move over to it, I'm kind of just gonna focus on it and I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse on it.
All right.
So just to pop that into chat. That. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack it with my action with Inari.
All right.
Ugh.
9 will not hit, unfortunately.
Tempest
Slash
to
wide, the heads kind of lean back, snarling and spitting at you. Ceruli.
Well, I'm a good distance at least. That's a start. Yeah, I will get like right to the edge of here, so that way it's a clear shot. Yeah, I'll start off with a guiding bolt.
Okay. 21 will hit.
Alright, so that's second level. So 22 points of radiant damage.
Oof.
Stingy.
Yeah,
And he's glowing. He's got a nice little glitter bomb to him.
he does. He does indeed.
And you said it's
With all of this attacks on it, one of the heads seems to almost sag before it slumps.
how far's the drop?
10 feet, I think, was
10
said.
feet.
10 feet? Okay, I'm not going to risk that. I will instead move.
I'm sorry,
back.
no, the heads are not slumping. I lied. One of the heads is not slumping.
Actually, I'll stay where I am. That'll be it.
Okay. Bernard.
Reynald is going to move up to here, so he too is not going to accidentally hit somebody in the back, and he's going to firebolt. Snap fingers, launch the blue fire. 20.
20 will hit.
Nice.
2 points of fire damage.
Oddly enough, this creature seems to react very poorly to fire, not taking extra damage, but you watch as it seems to really, really dislike the fire.
Okay, that's something. That's my turn.
And this creature does not regenerate its health because it took fire damage.
DM,
Nice.
I'm not on the initiative orders, so you know I rolled a 5, so I'm last.
Not 23's night.
Rolled a 5.
Thank you.
You're below Kevin. All right. The Hydra snarls and spits, coming as heads rear in each direction. 3 of them are going to snap at 23, and 2 are going to snap at Roman.
At least you're not a fighter this time.
All 3 will hit 23.
Oh
Shit.
my god.
I
not
shouldn't have
raging
said
either.
that.
I was a rogue last time, not a fighter.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Let me double check. That looks to be with my calculator. Excuse me.
Oh no.
Oh god.
That's a meme right there.
That's 41 points of damage.
Ow.
2 attacks on Roman,
God.
only one of which will hit.
I can't see
Roman
Roman's health.
is bit for 10 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
These hydras, the arms seem to chomp into both your rib cages and just seem to yank out chunks of you. Ow, this creature bites hard. Okay. And
Don't
that
like.
All right, that is its turn. Kevin.
How deep is the water where 23 is?
He's standing on top of a hydra. You really can't tell.
Oh.
As this creature is huge and it was submerged, so you have that to go off of.
Did I see that fire looked to be pretty effective against it?
It did not react well to it. Somebody else will read through the microphone.
I know who it is.
Oh, was it me?
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mute myself.
I'm going to arcane weapon my musket then and attune it to fire.
Okay.
Then I'm going to point and shoot.
19 will hit. 10 points of piercing and 4 points of fire.
Yes.
This creature gets shot through one of the heads, and it seems to spit as a showering of green blood splashes against the rocks behind it. Still alive.
I'll shut. Everyone, focus your fire. It is wounded.
All right. 23.
I'm going to rage.
I'm on a rage.
Because fuck that. All right.
And you are currently standing on top of this thing, so in order to maintain your balance or not get knocked off, I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh, fuck me.
You're a natural athlete.
Yep. You managed to keep on. You're riding saddle on it, and not that you want to.
Oh, give it the link down stab for me, please.
Oh, sorry. By the way, I need a dex save from it for Stormora
Okay. It will fail.
for 3 points of lightning damage. And then since I'm on top of it, I'm just gonna take the great sword and just like kind of plunge it like straight down King Arthur style into it.
Okay.
Everything is forgiven, 23.
Fuck me.
Unfortunately, 10 does not. You spend most of your time going as you try to slash down at it. You can't seem to get a good grip with your feet to maintain balance. You're just using the weight of the sword to counter yourself to keep you being flown off.
That's my turn.
Alrighty then. Now we are back to the top with Senor Tempest.
Senor Tempest. Okay, I'm gonna get a little closer, and I'm gonna fire another shot.
Okay.
Because that's what I do.
Make an attack.
17.
17 will hit. Another 9 points of piercing damage.
Is it looking? It's still looking pretty okay, right?
As you get that shot into it, looks like it's taken some hits, but it's still pretty hardy and still very much capable of fighting.
So this is an interesting question because of his unique scenario. If I used a maneuvering attack, can he move?
Can you move?
No, can 23 move?
Yeah, if you wanted to. Jumping off something, he's not grappled or restrained, he's just standing on top of it.
I'll leave it for now. I don't know if he wants to get off. I think he's having fun out there. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. Roman.
Alrighty. Let's.
Echo.
You unmuted yourself in Discord there, bud.
Yeah. All right. I'll go ahead and just try and give it another stab with Inari.
Young kitty. Young kitty. 13 does not hit, unfortunately.
All right. I'll follow that up with a stab from the offhand rapier.
Okay.
Oh,
9 does not hit, sir.
guys,
No, not today, guys.
that awkward moment when Temps is rolling best.
I'll stay there. That's my turn.
Okay, Cerulean.
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way onto the bridge. I think I still got a clear shot. I do. Eldritch Blast.
Say the line, Warlock. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Blast.
24 will hit.
Blast Rich Elged.
For 8 points of force.
All right, with that shot, the creature seems to lurch backward a little bit. It's taking some damage. It's looking a little wounded.
Oh, you're just outside. Damn it. That's all I can do.
All right, Renard.
Reynard does that old song and dance. Firebolt.
Fire 21 will hit.
For 9 points of fire.
Okay. So waiting for it to roll up. There it goes. Good shot. Is it? That next shot, it reacts and spits harshly in your general direction, not liking being bit.
That's fine. I'm going to stay all the way over here.
Unfortunately, its 5 heads are still very much active. And it is going to take another couple bites at 23. Both of which will hit. That's 29 points of piercing, reduced in half to 14.
Boy, howdy.
And it's going to stomp on, with 23 riding a cowboy. I need you to make an acrobatics check on your turn. It's going to take 3 bites at Kevin. And I believe Roman will get an attack of opportunity.
Cats.
My cat just jumped into my garbage can.
Fun.
I will take that opportunity attack.
Right where it belongs.
10 does not hit. Bites on Kevin. 1, 2, 3. Only one of which will hit for 15 points of piercing damage as it rips off a chunk of your shoulder.
Not his shoulder. He needs that.
All right. Kevin, it is now your turn. Excuse me for 1 second. I have to go rescue a cat.
Guys, I just want to remember what numbers above 5 are like.
I know.
I know that there's more. I know there's more number on that dice.
Is the curse broken?
No.
Just once, I'd like to not end up in melee as a ranged guy.
You keep getting in melee as a ranged guy.
I didn't get in melee to move close to it at all.
You were on the little island.
What you need is the Reynard School of running away from things.
My cat's an idiot. Carry on.
But I have to be somewhat close to people in case they go down, because spare the dying is touch.
But if you go down, we don't have spare the dying.
Do things, Kevin.
All right.
Gonna try
Kevin.
and run to here.
Oh boy.
It's going to bite you. 5 times.
I can't do anything in melee with it, so
Do you have a shield?
I don't have any magic that can protect me.
Oh no.
Alrighty. Looks like 4 of those will hit.
Buddy. Good night.
13, 10, 23. You're out. 12 hit crit. 7, 14 crit. You watch as Kevin backs up rapidly before the 4 heads or 5 heads. Chomp, 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 as he gets shredded to pieces by this Hydra.
Literal pieces.
Not literal pieces.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, I
That's
was
a
about
lot
to
of
say,
damage.
yeah.
It probably overkilled me.
How much damage was that?
23, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to cut off the boys' heads.
All right, make your attacks.
Wait, first I'm gonna zap it.
Zappy boy.
Need a dex save, please.
Jesus Christ.
We'll make it.
Make it 3 damage. You said I need to make a athletics check.
He fails the check.
Oh.
-6. Yes, you do.
Okay. Ooh, I'm good at athletics. 18.
18. We'll keep you on him.
All right, and then I'm gonna smack down with the great sword.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not hit.
No, it won't. Sure won't.
Okay.
How do you kill a Hydra? Slashing damage. Guess what I can do?
We might be in trouble, guys.
Tempest.
I'll just yell at Cerulean. Can you fix him?
I can try.
Cool. Another shot. And this time I'm adding some stuff to it. Hopefully I hit. 16?
That will hit.
Okay. I'm gonna add. You can spend. I'll spend a maneuvering attack on this, so I'll give 23 the ability to like move off it if he wants, or
Yeah,
something.
I will. Where does it look like it's looking at? I do the heads. If it
The
looks
heads,
like it's hungry.
they're looking like they're going to start stomping down the bridge
towards Roman or towards Tempest.
towards Tempest.
All right, I will interpose myself there then.
And I get to add a D8 to that damage when I do that. I think so. Yeah, I do. Ooh. So this will be 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to action surge because I'm getting nervous.
Okay.
And I guess technically 23 is in my way now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would have moved in your way.
So that should be fine because Kevin's on the floor. So I will add another attack. 12 is
does not
probably
hit.
not gonna do it. That's a natural 1 and a natural 2. Look at me. That was a great use of action surge.
Okay. Anything else?
I used action surge. That's kind of all I got.
Okay. Roman.
The only thing I can do, I'm going to move on up to it and try and attack it with an Ari.
Oh,
Ooh.
There we go.
All
there
right,
it is.
Woo!
That's going to be a sneak attack, too.
Oh
Snookatook.
boy, howdy he is.
Snookatook.
Extra 2 damage for the Hexblade Curse. Snookatook.
Ooh, Snookatook.
Duke.
Ooh.
Don't add the extra 2s.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I couldn't do
so-
the math. That's 11,
31.
31. Yep. Okay. You watch as you reach your blade up and with the Nari, you watch as one of the heads just get straight up severed and slap off to the side. It is badly wounded.
All right, I'll follow that up with my offhand.
Okay.
That's
brilliant.
another.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. 24. Go.
That's also another crit. 'Cause I crit on 19s now with Hexblade.
You do.
Oh my god,
buddy.
double crits.
So
No Snookatook, but
9,
still.
and then so that's just 6, and then I get another D8 of 6, 12 damage.
I think you made up for not hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is still alive, but badly wounded. Cerulean.
I will try. Hopefully, he's not dead. I will dump 2 healing lights into Kevin.
Okay. You watch as his body starts to reform.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh
All
shit.
right. So not the best, but you're up. That's the important thing.
What was your initiative,
Me?
Kevin? Yeah.
It was 5.14.
5.18.
5.14.
Sorry.
Uh,
Same thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Is Kevin on the ground? He's still on the ground, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to kind of get to a better angle right here. And seeing Roman just kind of wail into it, I will cast another guiding bolt at it. We need this thing down and out as quickly as possible.
Your healing is a bonus action?
Yes, healing light is a bonus action.
Oh, cool. 21 will hit.
Blow it up.
For 21 points of radiant damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah! If anyone has... no, I won't spoil that. So I want the guiding bolt to go into... How many heads are left?
4.
I want the guiding bolt to, like, go directly, like, at the stem of, like, where all 4 might meet and have it, like, travel up each head and essentially just, like, burn the insides of their heads, yeah.
You watch as the heads seem to lurch up as they're getting ready to bite down onto 23 before they all reach up, and the light seems to pour out of their eyes before they, all 4 of them, pop. And the creature stumbles, and then falls back into the water, sinking beneath the tide and flowing, crushing its way downstream.
I run over to Kevin.
Kevin is alive, barely.
I jog over.
Out of character, how close was that to an overkill?
He would have had 2 death saving throws.
Oof.
The 2 fails from the attack.
Cerulean will extend a hand out to Kevin to help him up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm helping him get up too, in case there's like pieces like on the bridge.
There are chunks of him about.
Yeah, as Cerulean pulls him up, he'll pump 4 points of healing into him as well.
That is no need.
I'll just take like one of a hand and just like jam it in the place. Like, here you go, Kevin.
Hmm?
I found this pot. It's yours, right? I assume.
It will grow back on.
What?
Not quite sure how it would look, but as the curse on it, the beast fades, as it dies, you see a little bit of Roman's scarring from the wounds start to seal over. As he walks over, he's like, "Can you stop being so reckless every time we come up against something so dangerous? And it's a necromancer now, it's this thing."
It's not my fault that it engaged on me.
Just glad that you're okay.
You might want to stay in the back. You know where Cerulean and Renaud. See, Renaud's still over there.
But I need to be close to things because if people go down, then I need to be able to bring them back to life.
Here's the thing. We all have potions. We can all do that.
Mm-hmm.
You going down is bad.
But I can do it at a range.
You just said you. Wait, what?
I can. I continually forget that none of you can see my artificial mind. I can cast Spare the Dying through it.
Why don't you just do that then?
Because I pop it out of me. So I have to be within close proximity to be able to use that.
And Jorah's just watching you all from behind a tree.
Oh yeah, we didn't pay him to fight, did we?
Honestly, we might need to change that just to be safe.
I'd rather have him not die on us.
Plus, I make a lot of noise, and I do a lot of damage, so things like to engage on me no matter where I stand.
Well, just to help you out as well,
I
Kevin,
was
I
not
can.
standing in a vulnerable spot in the werewolf fight, but I got engaged on there as well.
Well, to also help you out, Kevin, that way you can at least still, be close and whatnot. I can still get people up from a distance as well, so, just that way you have a bit of room to maneuver.
Oh yeah, you totally just did that. You don't need to be as reckless, Kevin.
I was not being reckless there.
I don't think it was being reckless. Your mind was in the right place, Kevin, and I think that's all that matters.
I was being no more reckless than you, Tempest. I was standing 15 feet ahead of you on the bridge.
I was like 25 feet, 30 feet back.
I think.
I thought you were only like 15 feet behind me.
Well, regardless, we're alive. That's all that matters, and we killed whatever that thing was.
Yeah, let's.
Yes, we wanted to explore the thing.
A cart or whatever. Let's.
Yes.
Okay. Going through the cart itself, the first thing you're going to notice is there's some masticated hobgoblins on it. Nom nom.
So the Hydra got him.
Maybe this was one of their caravans.
That's
If you're
accurate,
going to look
by
at
the
it
way.
more intensely, I need whoever's investigating it to please make an investigation check.
It's like in the water.
I will do this. Oh, no, I won't do this. I lied.
No, once everything's settled, Reynard will, if this is what we're stopping for, then I'll go and look at it. And Reynard will move down to investigate.
I'll assist someone, whoever's investigating it.
Oh, we'll just keep an eye out on the bridge.
Tempest is keeping an eye out as well.
All right. Searching through the wagon itself, there's a lot of different partial hobgoblin skeletons, but oddly enough, kind of sitting off to the side, half buried into the mud, looks to be a very shiny breastplate.
Ooh.
As you hoist it up, the metal itself is light, beautiful silver, with an emblazon of it looks like an oak tree right on the front, not the symbol of the empire.
Found something.
What is it?
It's armor. I want to
Mhm.
know what it is. I'll have to take more time with it.
What is that symbol on site?
An oak tree.
Do any of us recognize the sigil?
Get a history check.
History? Okay.
History.
Nope. I got no idea.
Reynard knows.
Bernard knows it is the symbol of Edania, the old capital, the old country.
Oh, so it's probably just a relic they uncovered.
How old long ago was that?
200 years at the very minimum.
So it would have been when me and Kevin were around that we
Yeah.
okay. So it'd be the capital when we were there. Okay. Well, it's in pristine condition for how old it probably is.
It may be magic. I think magical items tend to stay in pretty good condition.
I will take a look at it if we're going to sit here and take a rest. Obviously, I don't think we're going anywhere in a hurry now.
I'm about to die, so yes.
And
All
Kevin
let's
nearly
get
did.
across the river before anything.
Yes, let's do that. And I'll talk to our new friend. Is there anywhere we can maybe make camp real fast? What time of day is it?
It's evening.
Okay, we
Well,
could probably.
Yeah, I know a good hidey hole. It's about 4 miles north of here and off into the woods.
Can you guys handle 4 more miles?
Oh, I should be able to.
All right.
Actually,
You
fine
will-
too as well.
he will carefully navigate you through a series of side paths before he pulls you into an alcove that's up against a cliff edge with an overhang that goes over, almost covers down. You can still see left and right pretty clearly, but you've got good cover over the top.
See, is worth his money.
Pretty nice little place.
Yeah. Ain't too bad.
Well, I think Renard was going to do his magic thing, and you two need to rest up. You both look not, I don't know how to describe you, but battered.
You don't look good.
Thank you, Cerulean, for getting him up. That would have been tragic.
It's not a problem. I want to make sure you all live, so that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Before we start resting, I'm going to take out the bracers of defense and I'm just going to drop them in front of Kevin and say, listen, if you're going to keep getting in those situations, I think you're going to have to be the one to use these.
Are you sure?
Well, just remember me when we get snuck up from behind and I don't have a choice in the matter.
I mean, you are more naturally squishy than I am, Reynard. I at least have my plating and such, and I can use a shield eventually, if I so choose.
Eventually.
He just looks at your musket. You're going to use a shield with that?
Well, no. I would need to acquire different firearms or different weapons in general. I don't know if
I
they
have
make...
a pistol.
Oh,
You'll give
well
it
then
back
yes,
to
I could
me.
use a shield with that.
And you'll give it back to me when you stop using it. And I'm just going to leave him in front of him.
I will take my pistol and hand it over to Kevin. Be like, tinker with this a little bit. I don't think I'm using it anytime soon.
Dude.
Yeah, with a brotherhood
Is
of
that a
traveling
pepper box
bracers.
or a pistol?
It said pistol.
Beth, do you remember?
I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry.
Do you remember, did Tempest buy a pepper box or a pistol?
It was a pistol.
Pistol.
Okay. So it's a 4-bullet.
Yeah. So I'll hand you the pistol, and I'll hand you the 20 rounds of pistol ammo that I have as well.
Suppose it is not bad to have a third firearm.
Well, if you're going to use a shield, I think that this was a little bit better.
Well, it was something I had been considering. It is a little awkward to use with ranged weapons. I had been thinking about learning how to swing a sword.
Kevin, you really don't need to know everything. And don't you have that? You offered to do it for me once. That thing you can make it infinitely ammo.
Yes, I
and
used
stuff?
that for the musket.
Yes, you can do that for the pistol too.
I can't do the same enchantment.
If you're wondering too, I mean, I knew a guy once who used to fight with a buckler and a hand crossbow. Can't be too much different.
How did he reload it? He have the shield in the way.
Yeah,
Yes,
buckler's
he
a little.
reloaded it.
The bucklers are a little bit smaller. They don't get in the way as much. I mean, he wasn't the most effective, but he didn't die. I don't
Man,
think.
good for him.
I am going to identify whatever we found.
Okay. The breastplate is a +1 made out of mithril.
Ooh.
Oh, breastplate.
Damn.
So, it is a mithril breastplate. A little more durable, keep you safer. And because it is made out of mithril, it is significantly lighter than your average everyday armor.
It's medium
Awesome.
armor.
It's also a lot more quiet than other armor.
I'll lean over to Kevin. Do you know what mithril is? I've never heard of it.
Do I know what mithril is?
A nature check.
Is it not like something common that we all know?
A common metal.
Oh.
You have heard of it, and given your relationship as being a construct, you have heard that there are rumors of Warforged who were actually crafted with it way back in the day.
Very light, very durable. There were special units that were crafted out of it. I never met any, though.
Roman is now 100% picturing a giant, shiny 23.
They tended
Just-
to be more lean and were considered infiltration units more than anything.
Roman, can you use this? Is this like something you'd be good at? Good
You
with?
know, I was paying for the dwarf in town to size down that breastplate.
I
Well,
don't.
this is one size fits all.
I was about to say I don't think this is. I think this is equivalent to what I'm already using.
Hmm. Not familiar with one size fits all armor.
Yeah.
Because it's
so-
magical.
So it's medium, so it's 14 plus 2 for, yeah, so it's equal.
Yeah. If no one can use it, I'll take it.
That was weird. You would think that mithril armor does not impose the dexterity penalties.
I don't think my armor does either.
It does by default.
I'm wearing light armor.
Light armor doesn't. Mithril or breastplates are medium. Breastplates
yeah.
only allow +2.
Yeah, and it's
And
funny.
you would think by their default nature they would not impose the dexterity loss. But we'll
Yep.
think about that later.
I'll walk over to Renard and be like, if you are going to be standing in the back, it may help you to have this. I go unconscious too much for this to be of something that I should use, and I'll give you the potion of flying. I
That's
feel like me
generous.
going unconscious hundreds of feet in the air would be a bad thing.
Well, Kevin, if need be, I can make you fly.
I don't
Just-
foresee many situations where I need to fly.
Just go ahead and keep a hold of it, Kevin. I've already got a scroll that can do the same thing.
Would you not like to be able to do it twice?
Well, I will use the scroll first, and if I need to do it again, I'll be sure to ask you for the potion afterwards.
Very well.
How about you, Autumn? Do you want to fly?
Yes,
Um,
anyone standing in the back, it will make you less likely to shoot people in the front and the back.
Sure. I mean, I'll take it if you're offering.
I'll huck it to Autumn.
Appreciate that.
Just think
So-
of it as an opportunity to spread your wings.
Yes, and try not to die while you're hundreds of feet in the air.
I will do my best. I think I'll only use this if we're in a dire situation, but it is useful nonetheless.
Especially since if you die, none of us will be able to pick you up.
And keep in mind, that potion does not require concentration, so you'll just be floating there.
That's good to know. At least I know what to expect in the future, just in case.
Just pat you on the shoulder.
He gives you a smile and nods. And I say, but thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that.
All right, let's set up a watch and make sure we're not going to get caught off guard here.
I can take the first watch. Everyone else looks a little bit beat up.
Tempest, if you're going to be taking the first watch, could you look for some ingredients for healing potions?
I don't know what I'm looking for, Kevin.
Oh, that's okay. I have a book.
I can attempt.
I'll hand you the book of healing potions.
Tempest looks at like.
I feel like it had a different name, but I wrote down Book of Healing Potions.
I think
so-
it had like some kind of a Harry Potter reference book.
I recall it, and the name is escaping me right now.
There's a reference there.
Yeah, I feel like it was a long name, and I didn't feel like typing it, so I was just like, Book of Healing Potions.
There's, I know I did the one for creatures. It was creatures of the calamity.
And where to find them.
Curious creatures of the calamity, not where to find them. I didn't do that.
Ah,
It was the curious creatures of the second calamity.
Yeah. But I don't remember the one I gave for potion book. I'll think about that later. You're gonna be looking for ingredients at night.
I know. Sounds great, right?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
The light spell attached to your forehead.
I'm going to very much passively be looking, but mostly keeping a watch. So it's like horribly disadvantaged.
Yep, make a perception check at disadvantage.
On the perception check, I'm mainly keeping a watch. I'm really not paying attention to the herbs.
I understand. Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
You're still standing watch at night.
I know. I'm blind. 11. Oh, that beautiful natural 20 I'll never see.
There is a point in your night where you hear what seems to be flapping of a very large creature somewhere overhead that then passes off into the distance.
Okay. If my watch is going uneventful, I'll kind of take my bow out, finger the little inscription, and kind of be like, "It's a lot more peaceful out here than it was in that damn town." I'll just try and start to pray again.
Dear Jesus.
Dear Jesus, please watch over us in our nightly rest.
Your Cheez-Its.
All right, so make a religion check.
No disadvantage this time.
You're not, having a panic attack, so
It's not awkward this time. I'm a little bit more like calm. It's more than wild. 12. And a natural 1.
you spend the evening praying, but you have no idea what you're praying about or to.
I'm just kind of praying in general, just like, do you know what's going on down here? There's a lot of stuff. A lot of questions. It's weird. Okay, this is weird. I'm talking to this guy.
You're just looking up into the night sky, and you swear there's a twinkle somewhere up there from a star, but I'm not singing that. I'll get sued.
There's always stars twinkling in the sky. It's
Do people own the rights to that song?
You are comforted by the fact that the thought just occurs to you that no matter how awful your world will be, or could be, from the events that have come and might come to pass, the stars will keep on twinkling in the night sky.
You know, this world will just keep on
Don't
going.
give a fuck about you.
The world will keep on going long after we're gone.
Right. Your watch passes without event other than that large something flying overhead and leaving.
I assume it's an owl.
Bigger than
And-
that.
I probably find no herbs. I wasn't really paying
Yeah,
attention.
no. That's just not going to happen.
It was religion and yeah, no.
Jor will kindly take the next watch.
$23 is going to watch the shit out of him as he's in sentry mode, making sure he's not going to.
He seems to be leaning up against a tree just with his crossbow at the ready.
Okay.
Keeping a careful eye. Nothing will happen though.
Okay.
And he will kind of prod it. Who's next?
Would this be 6 hours in?
No, it's been 4 hours in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Not me then.
I have to
Roman
be an
can
actual
go.
person.
All right. He'll kind of prod Roman awake. Hey, you're a watch boy.
Yeah.
And he will go and lean up against a tree and pull his hat down over his eyes.
Roman will just
Good call.
sit there and kind of he'll summon the blade again. Just kind of futz with Inari while he keeps watch.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Alrighty.
Disadvantage.
8.
The Ocho.
Okay. The night passes without event for you. You don't see or hear anything untoward that might bother you.
As my watch is ending, I'm just going over to the two Warforged, just kind of poking like, "You guys done yet?"
Yes, we are done now.
I feel very awake.
I did not see or hear anything, so I think we're good. But I'm gonna finish up my nap.
23, if you're good taking a watch, I will look for herbs.
Very well.
I see the Tempest has laid exactly 0 of them at my feet.
I have laid the book down, and that's about it.
Yes, we
Maybe
we were watching him all night. I mean, we know he didn't do anything.
I would have laid out some dandelions or something.
I was thinking about all the healing potions I was going to make.
Roll perception's a disadvantage.
I'm so good at perception before disadvantage, so this should be fine.
17.
17. Not bad.
6.
Okay.
3 different low
23.
perception characters going.
Somewhere into the distance, about, you reckon, 5 miles out, you can't really see through the brush exactly what it is, but not terribly far away, you swear you can hear a very faint moaning. And as you look in that direction, far off, you can see a faintly glowing yellow-ish light.
Kevin, stay here. It looks like it's 5 miles out, though.
Yeah, it's big
Oh,
hike.
fuck. Oh, fuck that. I'm not walking that way. There's something over there, but I don't want to wander off on my own. If it was close, I might go investigate, but...
It's a cat.
It sounds like
It's
a cat.
It's a very noisy cat named Tattle.
Does it
Okay.
appear to be just glowing there, or does it appear to be moving?
It's just glowing there.
Should probably keep an eye on that.
All right. Other than
Should
that,
we-
2 hours pass without incident, and you all awaken the next morning. Long rested.
Is the light still there?
As
Does it fade away?
the sun rises, it fades away.
Oh, good morning, all. How are you?
Good morning. God, what was this guy's name?
Sure.
Sure. I saw a light this morning. It was unnatural in about 5 miles that way. Could you know what it possibly was?
Yeah, probably Wrath Keep. Place supposed to be haunted.
Wonderful. What type of hunting?
I ain't been in there to find out, you know what I mean?
How old is this keep?
Ancient.
Give me a number.
Before the calamity.
Would I have heard of it?
It was actually something you need to make a history check for.
Awesome. -2. -2.
Am I close enough to also make a history check on that?
Sure.
3!
Come on!
So,
I got a plus fucking 7!
And you rolled a 7. Congrats, it's above a
Yeah,
5.
a 7 is the highest I've rolled on any intelligence stat tonight. God!
That's how I feel when I'm tracking.
about it, as you knew it as Wrath Keep, it was an outpost for the Dawnspire a long, long time ago, part of Edania.
I believe it was held part of
technically-
Edania.
Yeah, that's about as much as you can remember. Is it was owned by Edania, but the Dawnspire manned it. It was actually owned by a gentleman known as Amory Wrath.
Speaking of Wrath Keep, I did mean to bring this up sooner, but I was busy studying Dwarvish on the way here. There is a chance that the wellspring either is or was in Wrath Keep. What
What makes you think that?
Research that I found at the tower that suggested that it was one of the possible ruins that it could have been located in, given that it is an old Dawnspire ruin. It fits.
That's fair.
I mean, we are looking in this region for things that could be causing magical interference.
What is the group's plan for the... Assuming we find this wellspring, what is the group's plan for it?
Are we getting paid to bring it back?
No.
I thought we were going to worry about that once we found it.
Well, we are much closer to finding it.
Even if we do retrieve it, we're not turning it over because one, we can't account for what they're going to use it for, and two, they're not paying us nearly enough for the chance.
Seriously, what? 1,500 gold apiece? Was that
15,000 total.
So are we destroying it then?
No.
I think we
no.
need to figure out what it is before we make any decisions about whether or not we're going to destroy it. Either we're going to hold on to it for as long as we can, or we're going to destroy it. Those are our two real options.
I personally would be of the opinion that we should hold on to it.
Yes, something of that magnitude, and even also, how would we even destroy something like that in the first place? We're talking about a powerful magical artifact, more than likely.
I
It's
don't,
do
really
that.
hot.
Volcanoes, I
even destroy
believe, might be
this.
the trick.
And he'll basically just flaunt the staff of Euryculo's aura, like, we still can't destroy this, and this thing's barely magical.
I don't think you'd want to destroy it anyway. Something that powerful and ancient and magical, who knows what destroying it would do.
I personally don't want to destroy it. That is a piece of history, is it not? Not only that, it's there we could learn from it.
Well, here's the
More
problem.
importantly,
Go ahead.
I need it.
What?
Or
23 and I are a finite amount of Warforged.
You want to use it to make more?
Well,
For
yes.
what?
Would you want to ensure the propagation of your race?
No. I mean, I agree with you. Like,
If the only way to further humanity was to create more of them with a magical artifact?
I don't. I mean, it would depend really on what would happen once we got there. But personally, I would have no issue with you wanting to, make more of your own people.
I wish you'd brought this up maybe sooner.
Me and 23 and I had been keeping it under wraps.
yeah, you're telling me.
It's actually the only secret 23 is good at keeping.
Well, I mean, I'm glad
Well,
you
it
at least.
was the only secret you were good at keeping, and then Reynard just waves at Jor.
Jor's watching you all, but he looks like he has no clue what you're talking about. He is but a humble woodsman from Missouri. He doesn't know a thing.
Well,
Don't worry
I'm
about
glad.
Joel.
I'm glad you're at least honest, Kevin. That's very good of you.
Especially with the resurgence of the stillborn dead that we did find in Darrowshire.
I see you
Just-
laughing over there, operator.
It was an idea we were milling about quite heavily. If we can create more, then that would be less humans that would have to die in the inevitable war to come.
Create more and find more, because there are other repositories of us out there.
That is
So-
true.
Question.
Answer.
And I say this, I love the two of you. Were there ever bad Warforged?
Were there ever bad Warforged?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, was like from my
In your immediate, you never recall fighting one, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
we do have free will. Granted, we were created with a purpose, and we serve that purpose quite well. But
So, and hear me out once again, what if someone got this thing and had a bad purpose for New Warforged?
God, is this person's name Skynet?
Look, if I were to just take one and give it the designation Terminator or something,
That's,
um,
that is something that is very possible. I mean, look at what Skather was trying to do with me and Kevin here.
What
Well-
was he trying to do?
Oh, well, he was controlling Warforged. Scather is using Warforged for his own ill gains.
And using devices to enslave and carry out his very, 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 very shitty acts.
Yes. Similar to any of you organics, we Warforged too can be controlled.
well, and once again, hear me out. This lady wants us to bring her this thing. What if she's planning on starting a war?
Oh, I had no intention of bringing it to her ever.
Yeah,
Same decision on that.
Personally, the way from what I've heard, even just small things, I don't trust her with it. I can't even imagine what she might want to do with it. But I can't put my finger on it. But I would not, in good conscience, give this wellspring to her.
Then what do we do with it? It's just gonna. We can't leave it out here. We can't take it back. We can't hold
have
on
to
to it.
find it and figure out what it is before we decide that.
Yes.
If it's just a crystal ball we can stick inside a bag, then we can hide it away. But if it's something that it's, an entire keep and the entirety of it is making up this wellspring, we can't very well just take it with us.
Yes,
I-
the actual controlling of the wellspring is more of a future issue. I more just wanted to. What is the organic saying? Put the cards on the table.
About, yeah.
That's actually
enough.
about it. Closest one you've gotten so far.
I just wanted to put the cards on the table, given that we may come across it in the near to nearish future.
Well, again, I think we all appreciate that, but right now we're all just kind of speaking in hypotheticals right now. We're not going to have a solidified answer until we find it.
No,
You're
that's
right.
good.
We should deal with that, but it's good to know this now.
I agree. Surprises are less fun when you find out about them at inconvenient times.
I will put a hand on Tempest's shoulder, especially when we plan on taking over the world.
23, I'd believe that a lot more if you weren't smiling while you're doing it.
I
Smile
can't
does
smile.
everything.
I literally cannot smile.
Your mouth is doing that thing where it's like halfway open. It's your smile.
He's still a little damaged.
Let us carry on.
Or you're getting really good at sarcasm.
All right. Carrying on to Vrathkeep.
Yep.
As you travel farther north with Jor in tow, kind of sticking side, eventually, a couple hours pass by, heading in more or less in the same direction you saw the yellow light from.
Oh, I would have told everyone about the yellow light, by the way, just heads up.
He follows you up a road where the tracks and signs of activity are much more apparent. There are broken firs and branches all over the place. You can see what looks to be footprints, fresh and relatively large, probably booted in plate from hobgoblins or even larger creatures. However, looming out of the shadowy woods, about a mile up the road, is a haunting sight, a ruined keep. The old castle sits on a small rocky hillock, and you can catch glimpses of a broken tower between the trees. A moss-covered stone at the side of the road you're following marks a footpath that looks like it leads up to the keep itself.
I suggest we probably not follow the path. It's probably trapped and or being patrolled.
Is there any other way up there?
Jor will scratch his chin. I could take us around the long way. It'll be late afternoon by the time we come up on the other side, though. If you want to not get caught anyway.
This is probably going to eat into your time. We paid you for 2 days. I'll give him another 5 gold. Like, I think this is going to be more of a 3-day endeavor suddenly.
No, I believe Bernard paid him for 4.
I paid him 2 platinum. Or sorry, I paid him 8 platinum, half up front, and it's been 2 days. So, yeah, I've only paid him for 2 days.
Oh.
Pay him for the...
Okay.
I'll pay him for
He'll take it and says, all right, let's go. He takes you up the side, down the path for a little bit. At this point, I need you all to make a group stealth check.
Group stealth.
Right.
Yeah.
Should be good at this. So 9.
Oh,
5.
good lord.
Come on, rogue.
Oh, good
7.
lord.
What's up? I'm a rogue.
I have a better stealth than you do.
Oh, we are so getting caught.
Oh, Jesus, we are.
We have an average right now of like 9.
It's pretty low, yeah.
That's not a group success.
I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna do the math real quick, but I'm fairly certain you're sub 10.
Oh, yeah. My 18 is not pulling that average up.
Yeah, it's 9.3. So yeah, okay.
So close.
If only
Unfortunately,
you'd rolled 1 higher, Tempest, this is all your fault.
For once, it's not, and I'm happy with that.
unfortunately, as you all are traveling up, there. Wait, I have to add Jor.
Come on, Jor.
Come on, Jor.
Yeah.
Well,
Roll like a
he-
million.
He needs like a
Nope.
Nope.
brings
God.
the average down.
We have so many decent stealth, like good stealth in this party too. 7, 4, 5, 4.
Just the night. It's just one of them.
It is unfortunate that there is a howling coming from
Oh.
somewhere in the keep, and you can hear the rapid trampling of heavy-pawed creatures rushing in your direction very rapidly.
It better not be the fucking werewolves again.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Ah.
Oh, you don't think we can clear a whole ruined keep in half an hour?
No. No.
That's gonna be an all-day session of just here's everything. You sneak horribly.
Just speed run
Alrighty.
it, kick doors open, shoot people.
Lots to do next week. All right, guys. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I know that I certainly did. Looks like we were doing pretty well tonight. I get to interact with chat for a little bit. Duke, you'll never get my points. Ha 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 ha. To everybody else, I hope you all had a great time. We will be back next week. You get to see my smiling face twice on Saturday here coming up. I will be doing Adventure with Advantage at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and then I get to play Curse of Strahd that evening, where I get to introduce a brand new character to the.
I'm so glad at the start of the session I left it up to a surprise so they could see on Saturday for you to reveal it right now.
It was a surprise until tonight.
I'm glad the GM got to make that decision.
Maybe there's new viewers on Saturday, you know?
Yeah.
Let's say.
Join us this Saturday as I kick Beth out of the game and bring somebody new in.
Hey, remember, Lake? I was still looking for that game too. So.
I know several people were.
Nothing's official until it's official.
I can believe, so if you guys want to play, go ahead.
That's fine.
No, you have to play. I have to brutally kill your character first.
There you go. I have to make you suffer.
I'll pass on that. All right, everybody. Hope you all had a good time. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye, girl.